paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot belly goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
X. Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
In a world where a checkered flag is just the start, meet Ryan Wheeler, the would-be champ who seems to have run his last lap. But when a mysterious figure offers Ryan a dark bargain, promising the throne of speed, he strikes a deal with the devil that will make him ride and die. From ball-busting YouTube sensation and Arca Menard's NASCAR breakout racer Cody Dennison comes his first kick-ass comic creation. This won't be your average ride. It's a tale drenched in bone-chilling horror, soaked in violence, and wrapped around the curves of both the track and the sexiest women that'll make you forget the road ahead. Experience the race of a lifetime, or the damnation of your very soul. Will Ryan outrun his demons, or will he burn in the fiery pits of hell? Don't miss out. Get Cody across the finish line. Back Ride and Die on Indiegogo.
I have read a lot of books, and I think I'm a smart man here. However, there is one book I'm really excited about. It's one coming out soon, and it will blow you all away. The book is called Ride and Die. It's about some race car driver and some big titty demons. My good friend Cody Ake Camelot 331 wrote it, and it is amazing. You should all go back it on Indiegogo, just like I have.
I'm sweating like a country pig. I'm gunning beers and taking swigs of ice cold Jack. We're at the track, it's racing day, we're getting smacked. I never really understood this NASCAR shit. I thought, how could I be impressed when cars go left? But then I went, and baby, it's the best. The ladies here are fine as spring. They'll hop to a ride on that thing. There's beer and whiskey everywhere. There's smoke and rubber in the air. I'm gunning beers, I'm shooting Jack. We're here all day, 500 laps. And when they start them engines up, man, my heart, it starts to pump. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. The beer and rubber, perfect mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. It's hot and loud, we're in the crowd. We're watching cars go round and round. We're in the South, the USA. We fly that flag each goddamn day. And when it's time to watch a race, we crack a beer right on our face. We watch them cars go fast and left. It's NASCAR shit's the fucking best. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. I'm drunk as shit, I love this mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. Oh, Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. A dirty summer country mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit.
Hey, you're finally woke.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see dicks? Has anybody noticed this? Yes, I love titties! Big old titties!
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. It's a beautiful ass Wednesday, and I know this is kind of jarring because it's 2 days in a row, but look, I was feeling kind of sick Monday, okay? And I took the day off, and then I made it up on Tuesday, and now it's Wednesday. The math is not that hard, and it's spelled with one L. So welcome to the show. We're 3 likes from 100. Give it some damn love. Give your boy a kiss on his little tiny pee, and let's have a good-ass time because a lot of things have happened in the last day that we got to talk about. We're going to have a fun time doing so. So, quick rundown real quick. Jimmy Kimmel was pulled off the air, which I'm pretty happy about. One, because Jimmy Kimmel sucks, and he's always sucked, and I'm tired of him. When Trump was elected, I think it was the first time. I can't really remember. It's been so long. You know, I didn't really care. I wasn't following it too much. I thought it was kind of a meme at the time. Dude went on air and was sobbing in his open monologue. Dude, they should have been fired that day for being a bitch. But it's fine. Times have changed. Times are way different now, okay? Just the fact that you were perceived as a conservative could lead you to losing everything in the last couple of years. Well, guess what? It's flipped, and your boy's kind of happy about it. I'm going to be honest. It kind of feels good. You don't have to worry about getting fired every 2 damn seconds or canceled. My sponsors call me all the time. They're like, bro, sup? Hey, dude, we love you. It's a great time to be alive, okay? Because they're also based, because we've all survived in this world together and been struggling, and now the shoe's on the other foot. And you know what? I turned the cheek. I turned the other cheek for years. For 10, 15 years, I've been turning the other cheek. And I'm going to be honest. I'm fresh out of cheeks, boys. Fresh out of cheeks. Billy Hatcher, first super chat of the night. Let's give him some love. He says, I'm curious how many more are going to celebrate Kirk's death. I'm surprised Jack Black hasn't said anything about it because he said he hated Trump in one of his concerts, though I didn't think he'll go that far. Nintendo made some regarded patents. Well, I don't think Jack Black said it. I'm pretty sure Kyle Gass said it. Jack Black, you can tell Jack Black's trying to be indifferent, or he may be indifferent, or maybe he's just not passionate enough about it, which is totally fine. He has done some questionable things, but I don't feel any kind of way towards Jack Black, you know. But yeah, Kyle Gass is a dumbass. Oops. I don't expect Jack Black to say anything, to be fair. And why would he? You know, I wouldn't expect him to. He's not required to. Thank you, Billy. I love you. I appreciate you. Oh my God. 10 gifted memberships from Dravian. My man. Hot diggity damn. Wow. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, Dravian. That's a big drop by Dravian. That's huge. Thank you, man, so much. I really appreciate that. The streams have been blowing up a lot lately. We've been doubling and tripling viewership lately, so I really appreciate you guys so much for all your love. Thank you. And Gabriel says, this is fun. Thank you. Thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate you, brother, for all your love and support. Every super chat is very much appreciated. We are on the way to the 508th Naked Snake, I believe. It's either 508 or 509. And we're on our way to the third fight milk in a row. I think third or fourth in a row. I think it's third. Let's do 3. Streak 3. Could you imagine if that streak went to 500? I'm pretty sure I would die of like poisoning if I be honest. All right, boys. So a lot to talk about today. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. You guys are goated as hell. What's up, Woden Shot? How you doing, brother? Dark Clouds says, how you doing? I'm doing good. A lot of you probably saw. Now, the video algorithm for YouTube is very strange right now. I have videos that get like 1,000 comments almost, but only like 2,000 views. It literally makes 0 sense. Back in the day, if you got 1,000 comments, you had 1 million views on that video. So things are really weird right now. But I don't know if you noticed, but I put a video up about Rich yesterday. Review Tech USA. I don't hold any ill will towards him at all. I was just kind of watching his video and roast him a little bit. I did not watch his response. I'm not going to watch it. I don't really care about YouTube drama. I thought it was just funny to roast him a little and see what he had to say. So that's kind of the end of it for me. But yeah, it was a fun little video. So if you haven't seen it, go give it a look-see. And then, yeah. But what's up, Toasty? How you doing, baby? How you doing? Well, Clayton, that's a good point, Clayton. He says people have finally figured out we do not need to pander to the insanity of the left. And that's the thing, man. That's the way it should be. Okay? What you're seeing right now, even if you may not agree with it, is an overcorrection. You ever invested in a company and that company will drop like $10 and you're like, holy shit, and you start panicking? It's just an overcorrection. Goes back up $9. You're fine. Chill out. Don't sell, right? And I know I sound really dumb probably right now to a lot of you, but that's kind of the idea. This is an overcorrection. Okay. Plus, now, for lack of sounding like I'm repeating something you've probably seen on Twitter, the people are celebrating somebody's death, liking a tweet in 2012 of like a racial tweet, like a race joke. Not really the same thing. I get what they're trying to say. Oh, it's cancel culture. It's freedom of speech. I totally understand. Right? Whatever. But that's not related. Anyways, but this is an overcorrection because you could literally just say there was 2 genders and you would get fired. You know, this is a good example. If I was racing 5 years ago in NASCAR and an interviewer was like, they knew I was like a podcast and they knew, you know, I had certain views maybe. And they're like, how many genders are there? And I was like, there's 2. I would likely get banned and fired from NASCAR 5 years ago. Now, is it because NASCAR feels that way, or is it because the people working there feel that way? No, none of that. They're terrified of losing sponsors. That's all it is. They're fucking terrified of getting crushed under the hill of like, for lack of a better phrase, the media is being completely liberal. So you kind of have to adhere to it, especially as a giant company like that. And I think that's an overcorrection now because those things are kind of going out the window, which is good. What's up, Smurfy Tunes? I'm so stoked about the Antifa announcement. Yeah, dude. So today, if you guys did not know, which this is a long time coming, because every time you would see Antifa out in public, they're like attacking people and wearing masks, obviously, because they're fans. No, but that being said, they're out there attacking people. Okay. Now, kind of sounds to me like a terrorist organization. Long time coming. So I'm glad that happened, Look what they did to Moa Gregson over Sue. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Megan. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Matt says, I'll save you the time. He makes it about himself, loses composure a lot, and sucks on a pickle. That's all Rich can contribute. Aw. Anyways, great show. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, Matt. Really, really do appreciate that $5 super chat. You were goated. We're an orange and a red boy away from a rainbow night already. Hollywood Star says, dude, Hannah Barron is going to gush. Who the hell is Hannah Barron? Who's that? Oh, man. That name sounds super familiar. All right. So let's get into the news today. Let's have some fun. We're all here for some good old-fashioned fun, right? So I've been tweeting all day. If you guys haven't noticed, Destiny's spurging out all over Twitter. He kind of sees like he feels like his time is coming. And also our boy Hassan Piker, same thing. You want to hear something very interesting about Hassan Piker? Hassan Piker's best friends with Dan Clancy, who is the CEO of Twitch. Yes, the platform that Hassan Piker streams on and says some pretty radical shit. He's called for the death of a lot of people several times. He called for the death of landlords several times. He's called for the death of conservatives and senators several times. Now, a year or two later, when people ask him about it, he claims he was joking, because that's just how easy it is. You can just say you're joking, you're totally fine. It's all good. Now, that being said, Dan Clancy, the CEO, is best friends with Hassan Piker. Dan Clancy has parties with Hassan Piker. Dan Clancy is alleged to be using all the girls he props up on Twitch as personal sex toys. I'm not shocked, let's be honest. Now, I only have heard that in rumor. Obviously, don't know if that's true. But if you do look at that, every time you see a video of him pull up his phone, his entire feed is just like naked chicks off of Twitch. So, I don't know. You take that as you will. But that being said, Dan Clancy has been ordered to testify in front of Congress over the extreme radicalization of viewers on his platform. That is based. It's very, very based, and I'm all for it. Now, is Dan Clancy at fault or responsible? Maybe not. But he has been platforming Hassan Piker, who regularly breaks the TOS. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. All right, boys. Let's get into the sauce. Let's get into the sauce. Yeah. Let's get into the sauce. Well, one thing for sure about Dan Clancy is he is a loyal bro. He's standing by his bro. That's for sure. All right, boys. You saw YouTube admitted views done by people using ad blockers don't count. Yep. I'm not surprised. Thank you. I appreciate you, boys. Here we go. Let's talk some fun today. We got a lot to talk about man. A lot to talk about. Dark Cloud. I raced in the NASCAR truck series. I was supposed to do some Xfinity races, but just didn't have enough sponsorship money. And I raced in ARCA as well. I got some races coming up. I'll let you know what they are right before they happen. All right. Let's have a good ass time. So first and foremost, a short little announcement. Trump has officially designated Antifa a terrorist organization, which I am totally cool with, because if you're out there attacking people in the street every time you go out and protest, come on. All right. And you're every time somebody dies, it's like they claim Antifa or they find Antifa information. Look, dude, I don't know about you, but I don't understand how you can be an organization called anti-fascist but also kill people that you disagree with. Don't make a lot of sense. Kind of sounds like you're pro-fascist. It should be called pro-Tifa. That's what it should be called. Because just because you label something doesn't mean you can just do the opposite and expect people to totally fall for it. Of course, unless you're on the left, then you totally fall for it. It's fine. So you don't have to worry about it, But I digress. I'm really sniffly, boys. I'm sorry. Mad Raccoon, what's up? All right. Dan just don't want to lose his job, so he's catering the worst. Remember, Hassan gets to call for terrorism and won't get banned, but Tectone calls someone fat gets banned. Yeah, dude. And Frogan is fat. She's fat as fuck. There's nothing wrong with it. Dude, there's nothing wrong with being fat. I mean, I don't want to be fat, but like if you're fat, you're fat. Who cares? You know? Who gives a shit? What's up, April? How you doing, baby? Oh, Auburn designs herself. So Donald Trump posted this today. He says, I'm pleased to inform our many U.S. patriots that I am designated Antifa, a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster as a major terrorist organization. And I will also be strongly recommending that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal standards and practices. Thank you for your attention on this matter. Based, Savior of the universe. Barrel, 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 bass. Bum, 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 bum. Arrest every one of them. Yeah, dude, I'm all for it. It's very, very obvious. People have been calling for this for a long time. And it's got to happen. Okay, it's got to happen, you know? A lot of good news today. A lot of good news. Now, I will say Jimmy Kimmel getting fired makes me feel good for the reason that Jimmy Kimmel is very unentertaining and terrible. Like, people that unironically watch Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know how you did it. I really don't. He's not funny. His comedic timing's terrible, and he's stupid. Now, that being said, he was likely losing $40 to $80 to $100 million a year, just like Stephen Colbert was. So luckily for Jimmy Kimmel, he will likely win an Emmy now. So congratulations. Oh, you were fired for failing? Well, here's your Emmy. It's called a participation award, so you don't feel so bad about yourself. Oh, you were fired. You were canceled because your ratings are too low, and they're likely looking for a reason to get rid of you. Let's be completely fair. Okay. Well, oh, shit. Oh, shit. All right. Thank you, Hell Snake. I love you. Hey, welcome back. Where the hell you been, Hell Snake? Damn. Never liked Jimmy Kimmel? Nah, me either. Yeah, that's why I kind of like this. That's all. I kind of like it. Oh, yes. What's up, Diecast River? Oh, man. Where is he at? Energy One says, I didn't know you were against free speech. Oh, I am now, boys. Ooh. Let's go. Yes. Like, think about it this way, Energy One. Think about it this way. I'm going to speak from like a really real like perspective. Okay. Here's what's going on, right? You're like chilling in your village, right? You're just trying to make ends meet. You got your winch, you know? You got your winch and your children's. You're chilling, okay? You got your fire going. You're selling your crops to a neighboring village, trying to survive, right? It's very rough. Army comes in, right? Army comes in, led by this dude that's really effeminate and annoying. Fucking just kills everybody in your village, takes your wife and your daughters, which is terrible. No, he kills your wife, actually, because, you know, she's old. So he kills your wife, takes your daughters, okay? Now, 3 years later, you go to the main city. The main city is getting toppled. You're like, holy shit, I was here to buy some goods. And you see that same effeminate fucking dude on the horse that took your village, okay? The tides have turned now. And you pick up your arms. And he's like, please, sir, I did not mean what I did to your family. What are you going to do? I'm going to cut his head off. And that's what we're doing now. We're cutting heads off. Ha! Yes! You know? Then I'm going to take his wife. There you go. We're taking your wives now. Charles, what's up? I support the right to say stupid shit. I also support their employees or fire them. California is an at-will state. Oh, no. And their voters chose that. You get to choose your government. Yeah, well, here's the deal. Late night hosts are being fired every 2 seconds. And the reason is because no one's watching. Their demographic has always been over 65 years old because they're still in the habit of like Carlson and stuff. They still watch the shit. No one else does. That's why Colbert was losing $40 to $50 million a year. Okay. I guarantee you Kimmel was losing more because More people know of Colbert because the Colbert Report, which was an entertaining show, in my opinion. Right? So they were probably like waiting for him to say anything. And he's like, oh, done. Done. Because when like the Trump administration probably pressured a little bit, they were like, yeah, fuck him, get out of here. You're losing money anyway. Who cares? Thank you, Charles. I love you. I love you, Charles. You're so good to me. Thank you, brother. All right, dudes. We're at 80 out of 500 for Naked Snake Streak. 508. Oh, my God. Yes, sir, Clayton. Yes, sir. Well, you can't really explain that anymore. You can't really explain that anymore because no one's listening. Right? So, here's the deal. People on the left that have been getting people fired for the last 15 years over locking a tweet, like that's a racist joke by Dave Chappelle or something, you know, they'll get fired and they'll be like, damn, this is outrageous. What happened? And they'll be like, bruh, it's freedom of speech, not freedom of consequences, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Been saying it for 15 years. We're here. We're still here, boys. Pendulum's back. You just didn't expect that sumbitch to come to you. And now you think the only caveat you have is like, I thought you guys stood on principle. It's like, no, we were standing on principle for 15 years while you were fucking hitting us over and over. Now you're crying. You're crying now because you were expecting us to stand on principle some more and just take some more licks. No, the licks are done. The licks are done. Okay? The lollipop is finished. It's only a stick. Okay? Now you're getting the stick. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Anyways, thank you. Appreciate you. All right. For what it's worth, I grew up in Cali. I wish they'd do better because fuck, the weather's perfect out there. Dude, you know how many friends I have, Big Mike, that live in like LA? And they hate the government. They hate the people. They hate the homeless. They hate everything, right? They hate everything, right? Right? Okay. I'll be like, dude, why don't you just move to Tennessee or something? Get you a fucking mansion. Because I know for a fact they're making like $200 to $300 a year. And I'm like, dip into your savings. You got $150,000 in your savings. Come out to Tennessee, put a down payment on a mansion, okay? And work remotely or get a job out here. Find something. I guarantee you can with your resume. And they're like, nah, the weather's too good. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, apparently you don't hate it enough. You know? Mad Raccoon says, the left says, who taught you to call my boss about a public post I made about somebody dying? Me, you did. Yeah. We were taught by the best, boys. Rage, I'm sorry, bro. It's over. All right. Yeah, dude. No thanks. No thanks. Okay. Anyways, what's up, Dark Tower? How you doing, bro? Oh, my God. Low Fat Pound Cake says, imagine losing a job for something you said. Yeah, it's wild, right? None of us can imagine those things ever. All right. So, at any rate, the news today is a fabulous news. It's a fabulous news. So first and foremost, we're going to pull up what Jimmy Kimmel actually said. And then we're going to move on to who was pressuring, okay? Because my favorite part about this is people on the left generally say that boycotting is lame, but suddenly they're all boycotting Disney. Wow, who knew? And I will say, you know, I want to play devil's advocate here for a second, right? It is a little strange that all these corporate companies turned heel like in the course of 1 year. It's spooky. That's all I'm going to say. Is it cool? Kind of seems kind of cool from the outside looking in. But what does it mean? Right? Because I don't trust them, and I still don't trust them. You know? It's wild. What's up, Darth Dragon? Says you just found out you're going to be fired from your job after 8 years. Are you at least getting severance, man? Do you see the Domino's assistant manager get fired for telling his employees to not talk politics in the workplace? They were smack talking Charlie. He got fired over that? What the fuck? See? Still works. Kansas culture still works. See, left people can be happy still. Their shit still works. It's all good. All right. Oh, it's fine. I laughed at my 6th grade teacher falling down the stairs once and had to go to How dare you? How dare you? All right. So first and foremost, here's what Jimmy Kimmel said. And then we're going to read the actual statement after him getting fired as hell. Now, could this be him posturing because he knows he's going to get fired? Probably. I would bet on that all day. Don't use Domino's ever again. Dude, I haven't eaten Domino's since I was a teenager. Chain pizza? Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Chain pizza? I'm in my 30s. If I'm going to spend $20 on a pizza, you best believe it's going to taste good. It's not going to be giving me indigestion. Okay, Domino's. The fuck? Yeah, I remember being 16. Nah, bro. I only order fucking Luigi's, independently owned in my town. Get some freaking fresh, some fire oven pizza delivered. At the very least, I'll get mellow mushrooms, weird like bell pepper pizza. At the very least. Okay. Because it's still kind of individualistic, because the places are kind of ran like their own singly owned areas or places, whatever. Fuck, I'm just tripping over myself. Okay. I'm tripping balls. Chair retard, my boy. You're here early, dude. What's up, dude? It's not delivery. It's dumb as fuck. The right never glorified murder or engaged in snuff culture. The left whining over being canceled is peak hypocrisy when they targeted people for slurs, their dad said 20 years ago. Yeah, and they were doing that up until recently, by the way. You know? It's very insane shit. Okay. Thank you, Charitard. I appreciate your brother for your go, boy. What a couple. Said Digger has lost his absolute mind today on stream. He was shit talking to you and Bambi because I called him out. It was nice about it. But he lost a viewer. Well, you know, I don't necessarily think Rich is a bad guy. I think Rich likes the relevancy of kind of like drama stuff because you know, what he watches 99% of the time is DSP, and it's like kind of like based in the Lolcow universe. And I think it's kind of like what he likes to do. So like what I like to do is just have fun with chat, talk about what's going on, give my take, and you know, have a good time. Play some Metal Gear. I play Metal Gear on my other channel or on this channel actually. That's kind of what I like to do. I don't like to take things too crazy serious. And I just think that's what Rich enjoys. So he kind of leans to it a little bit and goes a little wild, but I don't think he's a bad guy. Thank you, Juan. Appreciate your love. I love you, Mr. Acampo. Thanks for standing up for your boy. All right, let's pull up this video, boys. Make sure you guys like the stream. We're almost to 300 likes. Give it some love. Yeah. Glad to see Cam doing well. His demeanor is so much better and lively. Yeah, dude, I was not doing well for a while. I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, bro. No, see, here's the issue. Financially, racing is hard. And I was getting wrecked a lot. But it's going well now. I still do need one small sponsor to make my next 3 events work. But I'm confident it's going to work out. I had 2 of them tell me no yesterday, which really killed my ass. But I had a great stream that night, so I was like, whatever. It doesn't repay me for that, obviously, because a stream is not the same as like 20 grand in sponsorship. But still, you know, I'm just feeling good about it, you know. So, anyways, here's what Jimmy Kimmel said. Thank you, Dark Cloud. Yes, I have 2 channels. Do you play instruments or sing? Yes, I play guitar, bass, piano, drums. I can sing a little, but not very well. Ooh. I do have to say, before I get into this, big shout out to Alexander PC. Awesome people. I have a link in my chat right now for them. Go get you a PC with the code Camelot, get you some money off. I have one in my music studio. I can play any game, 4K maxed to the brim, 0 stutter. It's awesome. It even handles Unreal 5 like a boss, like a big boss. There they are right there. Give them some love. They flew me out to Chicago a few weeks ago. We partied. They're just great people, man. The CEO texts me like once a day asking how I'm doing. I mean, they're great people, man. So if you're looking for people to support that, like truly support those guys. CEO texted me yesterday talking about the Charlie thing, being like, hell yeah, dude, you were fucking based. Awesome job. And I'm like, thanks, man. They're good people, dude. They're good people. So does it play Crisis? Well, it's not. Let's not go too far. Okay, Slipstream. All right. All right, here's what our boy Jimmy Kimmel said. Why is my computer gay now? All right. Why? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? No. I need to restart this computer one day. It's been on for like 6 months, and I think it's starting to wear it down. I'm using my old computer that I built a few years ago. It has like a 3080 Ti or something. But my new computer got a stout motherfucker in it. It's got a 5 series, bruh. Jimmy was funny in the Man Show. Yep. But then he had to toe the liberal line. You know what he does, too? You want to know a little secret about this? Cecil raid. Does he actually know how to raid? There's no way he actually clicked on the raid button. There's no way. He just told you to come here, right? There's no way he actually pushed the right button. He's way too old. He's way too hard. Oh, anyways. So, because we'd have like 1,000 viewers right now because Cecil steals all my viewers. He stole everybody from me. He stole everything from me, even my women. But think of it this way. The reason why celebrities go hyper left is because they all become yes men in order to get more opportunities, more money, more coke, more weird shit in the background. It's like selling their soul to Satan. And I don't mean that in a literal sense. I mean it in a weird behind closed doors sense that we don't have the perspective of, nor can probably understand on the surface. Okay. The reason why celebrities that talked about giant titties and jumping on trampolines and doing blackface suddenly overnight was crime because Trump was elected on their talk show host, towing the line of all the accepted beliefs that they're supposed to believe, right? The reason they do that is so they can go to the weird Hollywood parties and fit in. Cecil says, well, tell Cecil I appreciate him for telling people to come here. I wish he knew how to click the raid button, which just makes people automatically just appear in my stream. But it's fine. One day he'll figure it out. One day, maybe. It'll be all good. It's one button. Oh, my God. Cecil, what's one button, brother? Please, Jesus. All right. Anyways, let's go. So this is what Jimmy Kimmel said.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House.
He said these MAGA folks. So he's talking like an absolute hysterical leftist. And I got to put this out there for you just for a second. Okay. If anyone ever refers to you or your ideals as maggot or MAGA without you specifically saying that you are a MAGA, right? Because they like to say MAGA is like an organization of people. No, you don't buy a membership. Just like you say about Antifa. You can't buy a membership, right? Technically, it doesn't exist. Yeah, neither does MAGA, you bastards, if you were following those rules. But I digress. If anyone ever unironically just says, you're a MAGA, they're a hysterical leftist. Right? That's just how this is. Okay? I had a guy earlier post a response to a tweet I made just saying, he was like, LOL, rich coming from the Trump voter. And I'm like, so you just assume I voted for Trump? That's how that works. They think in black and white. Black and white thinking is all they have left. They don't know how. It's a game. It's a video game to them. It's a football game. Alabama versus Auburn. And they're on this side, and they will always be on this side. And if you don't necessarily agree with every single thing, then you are this side 100% without fail. And you likely deserve to die, as of a recent poll claiming 42% of Democrats think that conservatives should be murdered as a justification for their beliefs. This is a real poll that came out yesterday or the day before. Can't remember. 42%. If you polled conservatives and asked them if they support the murder of their opponents, I guarantee you'd have less than 2% of people. We are in two different realities right now. The only way that you can think murder is a reasonable outcome is you're not in the reality. You don't think these are real people. You don't think this is real life. Why is it always 42%? Shut, Darius. Hey, come on, man. Darius Simone. Come on, Darius Simone. Chill out, bro. Charles Sampson says 5,005 out of 100. Wait, whoa, hold on. Did you drop, bro? And Charles is like the last bastion on my PayPal donate thing. The last guy that still hits it up every stream. I appreciate you, brother. Look at that. What a beautiful man. My brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate that, man. You are the GOAT, dude. Wow, what a beautiful man. Dropped like $200 on my freaking PayPal dono. Thank you so much, man. If I made goal on this tonight, I would not have to worry about that sponsor thing. That's the whole point. That's why I said it exactly at that amount, because that was the amount. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Charles. I love you. I love you, man. Appreciate you. What a great man. I need to kiss him. I need to kiss him right on the mouth. Charitard says, do you see a story on Z about a black guy who stabbed 2 chicks and then drowned when he jumped? Yeah, I did see that. That was wild. Why did he drown? Was that part of the plan? Why? And what is the stabbing chicks thing? There's a lot of chicks getting stabbed lately. Why? Like what? Who like sent out the memo to stab the chicks? Thank you, Charitard. I appreciate that, man. He's not going to pay you, bro. Oh, I will. I might. Hey, Holy Ozone says, hey, Jimmy should have just kept his mouth shut about shit. He doesn't understand. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm told when I see somebody get fired over liking a tweet or saying something. Just should have kept their mouth shut. Oh, how the turntables. Oh, what do you mean, Cody? This wasn't part of the plan. Splash. Oh, shit, I'm drowning. Do something. It's going according to plan, Rob. I drowned. Thank you, Rob. All right, dude. Here we go. Look at that. A fifth of the way to Naked Snook. And thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate you, brother, for the PayPal. You are the man. You are the man. All right, let's continue. So Jimmy Kimmel immediately refers to people as just MAGA, super death MAGAs. You know, anybody that believes that you should not be killed in public in front of your family for just voicing your opinion and allowing peaceful debate, then you're just a filthy MAGA. You know, you're just a filthy MAGA, right? It's pretty wild. And it's because people like Jimmy Kimmel, they don't either A, they don't care because they're just trying to get into the Satan parties, or B, they don't see these people as real people, right? If you're not morally on the same page with me as I posture, then you deserve to die. How would Jimmy Kimmel feel if he came home one day and his whole family was hostage by a freaking madman? He would be devastated. He'd be like, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening, right? And then the guy's like, well, you believe differently from me, though, so therefore I'm just following your rules. And then he's going to be like, huh, wow, this is wild. You know what I'm saying?
Characterize this kid who murdered the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who...
MAGA gang, represent. If you're part of the MAGA gang in the chat, I want you to type MAGA gang in the chat. MAGA gang. The gang of MAGA. Sneaking around. Gonna get you. We're going to get you, MAGA gang, coming in strong. Sounds like a band, the MAGA gang. The MAGA gang. The MAGA gang. Coming, boys. We're coming in. We're coming for you. You better hide your kids, hide your wife. MAGA gang's here. All right. There we go.
And with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from.
Keep in mind, I want you guys to realize something real quick. Because I know a lot of you understand, because a lot of you do individualistic research, like me. Okay, you look through all the evidence that's provided by the investigation, by anonymous sources, by rumors, by other people. You go through all the evidence, right? It's very, very, very conclusive, right? He's obviously leftist. He's obviously radicalized by Reddit, Discord. He had 1,200 hours on VR chat in like the furry chat rooms. Okay, come on, bro, stop fucking with me. Okay, but we all have come to we understand what's happening. We understand what's happening. And this Jimmy Kimmel said this after all that evidence has come out, right? Desperately trying to get a little bit more affirmation, desperately trying to prove to people, just ignore all the evidence, bro. We have a mountain of evidence over here. Ignore all of that and just listen to what we want to be true, you know? And what's crazy about this is these people would garner so much more support if they came out and said, this leftist maniac it should never have happened. This should never be supported. This rhetoric is dangerous. Prayers for Charlie Kirk. Even if you don't like the guy, that's all you should say. And you would garner so much respect in that way. But they just can't fucking do it. Like I said, it's like a football game. It's like a football game, right? You know? It's a football game. That's the whole point. Danny the Foot says, so he wasn't a groiper? No. There's literally zero evidence suggesting he's a groiper. That's the craziest part about this. Is I'm like, okay, present the groiper evidence. It's like, oh, there's a fucking quote, Pepe quote. And I'm like, okay, now let's look at the 95 other piece of evidence that points out his motivations. No, fuck all that. I'm going to go for the one random ass strange little twig that could or could not be true. And I'm going to say that's what matters. None of the other shit matters at all. 0%. Right. It's like, sounds to me like you just want it to be true. And that's fine. But that doesn't really change reality. You know, you can only go with the evidence presented. So that's how it be. This ain't cancel culture. This is a non-violent crusade. What's a groyper? Oh, so a groyper is somebody that is actually far right. Okay, a groyper is somebody, for lack of a better definition, because I don't really fucking study it much. I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert, man. But a groyper is somebody that thinks the Jews did everything, like from what I've gathered. Yeah, Mossy Horn local. How is it compared to Old Forester? Mossy Horn's awesome, bro. They're fantastic. But anyways, thank Nick Fuentes. Yeah, of course. You know. All right. Anyways, let's continue. Sorry, guys. I'm getting cut off. Boost. Won't shot. No, won't shot. Stop. No, please, won't shot. All right. All right, here we go.
And in between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how
Again, now Jimmy Kimmel is the expert on grief, like Rich was. And the unfortunate truth about this is Jimmy Kimmel is technically a comedian. Now, the weird thing that I've always noticed is hyper-failed comedians always become late-night hosts, and I'll never understand the correlation to that. And I'll give you an example of this, okay? If Jimmy Kimmel jumps to podcasting, which he likely will, with all of his connections, no one will watch him. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed people like Don Lemon or all these weird like leftist commentators, they'll get fired, they'll move on to podcasting, and no one watches them because they were never entertaining. Ever entertaining. I get more watchers than Don Lemon, right? How did he not build a repertoire of 20 years? It's because he's not entertaining. He was just forced in front of you. It's the same thing with Jimmy Kimmel. Just not entertaining at all. So he will move to podcasting, I guarantee you, and no one will watch. They'll bring every celebrity onto his show possible. A good example of this is Howard Stern. Lost 96% of his viewership in the last 10 years. Not entertaining. Okay? Not entertaining. That style of entertainment's kind of dead, though. Like just shock jock yelling and screaming, being wild. No one really cares anymore. They just want to talk. They want to have a connection to people, you know. But I digress. Conan the O'Brien podcast doesn't get all that many views. Now that you mention it, it doesn't. But his is actually his is all right. I think Conan is legitimately funny as fuck, though. Have you ever watched? I've watched just random Conan skits, and they're pretty funny back in the day, man. The Civil War reenactment episode. I literally like shit my pants on that. I still go back and watch that shit sometimes. It's fucking hilarious. You know, Jimmy Kimmel's not funny. So, but I digress. So you can see right there. Now, to be completely fair to y'all, and I don't think what he said really was a good enough catalyst to get him completely fired. And that's what goes along with my theory that he was on the chopping block for a long time. Because I guarantee you, if you actually pulled the numbers for Jimmy Kimmel, it's probably staggering, right? And not some fake bullshit numbers, like real numbers. Like, you know how you'll go to a Kick channel that just launched and it has like 100,000 concurrent like viewers? Okay, yeah, get out of here. I want to see the real number, right? And I think if you saw the real number, it would probably be pretty staggering. Same thing with Steve Colbert. No one's really watching these people anymore, right? No one's watching these people anymore. And I think that they were looking for the catalyst, and they're like, this is the perfect fucking catalyst. And it does not help at the very first. I think actually he might have survived this if he didn't say, the MAGA gang are desperately trying to make it look like this guy wasn't one of their MAGAs. And I'm like, he wasn't. There's no evidence pointing at all. There's no evidence. There's literally zero evidence pointing that he's a MAGA guy. There's literally zero. There's Danny the Foot was saying, there's a few strands that you could try to grab for the Groyper thing. And there's like a mountain of leftist stuff. There's zero MAGA. So like, dude fucking missed the mark. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what got his ass. And also the fact that no one was watching this bullshit anyway to begin with. So here's the statement from Nextars Media Group. Rest in peace, Jimmy. Says Nexstar ABC affiliates to preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely. Company objects to talk show's host comments on killing of Charlie Kirk. No. Here we go, boys. Send Cecil a link. Cecil going to join my ass? It says today, Nexstar announced that the company's owned and partner television stations affiliated with the ABC television network would preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live for the foreseeable future, beginning with tonight's show. Nexstar strongly objects to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel concerning the killing of Charlie Kirk and will replace the show with another programming in its ABC affiliate markets. Now, that being the case, the remarks that got Jimmy Kimmel's ass, if my theory for some reason isn't correct, the remarks of him saying and implying and saying that the guy that killed Charlie Kirk was one of their MAGAs, you're fucked, because you're saying something that's 100% not true at all. So you're fucked, right? And a lot of people were pointing out that the fact that this happened today, is a more of a suffering from consequence than it is cancel culture, right? Cancel culture is finding something from 10 years ago or something your father said in the 80s and canceling you over it now, okay? This was yesterday, right? He said this last night. Mr. Kimmel's comments about the death of Mr. Kirk are offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our nation's political discourse, and we do not believe they reflect the spectrum of opinions, views, and values of the local communities in which we are located. This was said by Andrew Alford, the president of Nexstar's broadcasting division. Continuing to give Mr. Kimmel a broadcast platform in the communities we serve is simply not in public interest at the current time. And we've made the difficult decision to preempt his show in an effort to let cooler heads prevail as we move forward, move towards the resumption of respectful and constructive dialogue. And that's the issue. He just said something that was 100% not true, even remotely, and it was not in the form of a joke, right? Because a lot of people are framing this as he was joking. He literally said MAGAs are trying so desperately to prove that the guy that killed him was not a MAGA, but he is. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, right? That's not going to work. It was not a joke at all. There was no punchline. The punchline was Trump saying they were building a mess hall or whatever the hell, a new building or whatever. That was what the punchline of the joke was, But he added too much stuff in there and got his ass ripped away. And now everybody online are claiming it's cancel culture. Well, I thought conservatives were supposed to turn the other cheek. I mean, we've never turned the other cheek ever in the history. We've never turned the other cheek ever. We just kill you. We pull out a knife and we put it in your neck immediately as fast as possible. But you're supposed to just limp off and turn the other cheek and never do anything and never react and never retaliate in any way, shape, or form. You're supposed to be the better person. Interesting way to self-report there. A lot of people are self-reporting online. It's very, very interesting to see. And they're doing it at a record pace, right? They're like, I thought Republicans were stood on principles. And I'm like, it's a weird self-report you just tweeted. Are you implying that people on the left do not stand on principle? Interesting thing to say. I don't know why you would say that. Very interesting thing to say. Bring up the Man Show clips. Chai-steak, that's exactly what I said earlier on Twitter. Here's the thing, okay? Let's just say this is a delayed reaction from the dozen times he did blackface. Do you feel better now? You know what I'm saying? Right. Thank you, Steph. I appreciate you. We're all tired of Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, he sucks. He's a sucky suck. All right. Why was the reward brought up at the press conference and stated 100? Hold on. Beep, beep, beep. Why was the reward brought up at press conference and stated 150K was paid out to whom? and on just a tip, it was paid out, and it was really 100K. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm assuming you're talking about like the reward for turning in Tyler Robertson, maybe. I have no idea. I haven't looked into any of that. I just assumed his dad was trying to get some money. That's what I said the other night. I was like, Dad, our father is trying to get some cash. You know, he was already really hurt that his son had went off and joined the furries. So he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to make some money. Make some money. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyways. So people online are claiming that suddenly, out of nowhere, by the way, out of nowhere, completely unexpected, everybody on the left suddenly are bastions of free speech. Out of nowhere. I can't believe this. Out of nowhere. At the buzzer, everybody on the left is suddenly bastions of free speech. Crazy. Just a month ago, they were arguing in favor of policing people's speech. Just a month ago, they were arguing that you should be arrested if you don't use the correct pronouns. And they passed that law in Colorado already, which isn't going to stand up in the Supreme Court, by the way. But just, wow, suddenly, all of a sudden, they're just totally in favor of free speech. Crazy. I can't believe this. Wild how this happened, right? Unexpected developments in the world today that no one saw coming. Not me. No way, no how. Never invent a weapon you don't want your enemy to have. Truer words never said. P.S. to Chyper. Truer words. It's wild. Yeah, exactly, piano. Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. It's wild to me, man. It's absolutely wild. He says, I stand with the First Amendment rights of Antifa. What? Antifa's not an organization, I thought. I'm so surprised. Suddenly, Antifa's now an organization again. It wasn't an organization when Tyler Robertson was being accused of being a member of Antifa. Now, suddenly, since people are getting canceled, now Antifa is now an organization again. So we've come full circle. Jimmy Kimmel, Destiny, who regularly calls for the death of people, he said 2 days ago that conservatives should be afraid of being killed because of their rhetoric. Hassan, I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, the CEO, Dan Clancy of Twitch, has been ordered to testify in front of Congress because of Hassan Piker. So we don't even have to mention that. Mahmoud Khalil, no idea who that is. Sounds familiar, don't care. Every law firm, what? The news? Interesting. You know, the First Amendment rights of the news. The news, just the news. Who? I don't know, the news. This guy's accused enough for the news. The news? Who's the news? You know, just the news, bruh. Just the news. This is probably satire, actually. Lawyer. Am I getting trolled? I'm probably. Oh, I think I'm getting trolled. This is satire, isn't it? No wonder. The news. I was getting satire so hard. Oh, he got my ass. You bastard, Pisco. This motherfucker got me. I was like, is this motherfucker serious? The news. The news is what made me question the post. I was like, hold on a second. What does that mean? The news. Is that a band? The news. All right. Okay. I apologize. He got my ass. He got me. Good trolling. He got my ass. Joe Walsh says every Trump supporter right now applauding Trump threatening ABC with consequences unless they suspend Jimmy Kimmel must also applaud when a Democrat president in 4 years threatens Fox News with consequences unless they suspend Greg Whitefield. Hey, MAGA, do you understand? You know. No, see, what you don't understand is people on the right have been getting canceled for the last 15 years. Welcome to the party. You've arrived. You've arrived. Huey Lewis and the news. All right. Anyways. Come on, bruh. You're not serious, man. Where'd he go? Now it wants me to read everything from Pisco. Grum says, what is it with you guys? What is it you guys told us for years as you censored us and deplatformed us? Clear his throat. Private companies can do whatever they want. You're not being silent. It's just showing the door. You are free to make your own TV network and post there. We warned you it would come around for you eventually, and you laughed. Not laughing anymore, right? We've been saying this. I said this the other day. I had a viral tweet, or I had a viral video on Twitter the other day about this. The pendulum's swinging back, and it's swinging for you. You just assumed that it would never come for you. You just assumed socially you'd always be in power. You didn't realize that eventually people are going to get fatigued. And corporations and companies and everything are worried about it. And as soon as they defund whoever is funding everything, you're next. They thought it would never happen to them, right? Unfortunately, you were wrong. It's coming for you. And you should have stood up. When people on the right were being canceled for the smallest shit ever, you should have stood up and been like, wait a second, this is wrong. And we may have not got to this point, but every single one of you on the left cheered for it. Within reason. Within reason. Every prominent leftist cheered for it. And that's all it took. Now, there's no conservative that wants to cry about it. They're all like, you know what? Fuck you. We're done. You fatigued them into submission, and now they're okay with it. Right? If you beat a dog enough, he's going to bite your ass. And I don't understand how you couldn't see this coming. You know? So this guy says, bye-bye, First Amendment. Hello, fascism. Yeah, you know, the guy that shot Charlie Kirk. Trying to get rid of fascism. Charitard, you just sound like Rich with a cog in his mouth. Thank you, Charitard. You know? It's fine. It's fine, cheesesteak. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Brittany Carr says, I want to thank NASCAR for doing what's right. Local broadcasters have an obligation to serve the public interest. While this may be an unprecedented decision, it is important for broadcasters to push back on Disney programming that they determine falls short of community values. I hope that other broadcasters follow NASCAR's lead. Yeah. It's a private company. Unfortunately. Unfortunately for you, it is a private company. You know? What you should do is regroup and start becoming the voice of reason. People on the left, that's what they need to start doing. Instead, they'll just do more theater, more hysterics, and freak out more and lose every ounce of power that they had left. That's what they're going to do. They're going to scream and cry and hysterically flail, and they're going to lose all the support that they have left. There are people out there that are embarrassed to call themselves a leftist now. I know people, good people, who are progressive. And they generally have a lot of progressive values. And they don't even want to tell anybody that they're left anymore. Because they think it's gross. They're like, I can't even tell anybody I'm left anymore because it feels gross. It feels gross to say it. Yeah, it does. Maybe consider that your party left you. And they're something else entirely. They just have a different fucking name now. Right? Or they have the same name. But I digress. Thank you, Charitard. I love you. Well, where does that put us on the snake goal? We are 102 out of 500 for the 508th naked snake in a row. 10 memberships out of 100 for the Fight Milk Streak number 4. Getting out a dog on it. And we're an orange and a red boy from a rainbow night. Am I right? That'll put us halfway. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I've been ashamed since 2016, Ladera. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. I held on for a long time. You know? Jimmy Kimmel reportedly fucking livid after ABC pulled live. I doubt it. I don't believe any of these posts that claim that people behind the scenes are angry. Right? You ever think about that? You ever see those like during every election? It's like anonymous report claims that Hillary Clinton is throwing stuff. Anonymous report claims that Trump is screaming and like cussing out his staff. I've never believed any of those for a fucking second. Never in my life have I believed those. You could literally just top that bullshit up. Okay. Keith Olbermann turns up the edge meter in response to Sinclair's additional message to ABC. Sinclair says Kimmel's suspension is not enough, calls on the FCC and ABC to take additional action. Keith Olbermann says, burn in hell, Sinclair. Keith Olbermann's one of those guys that probably has like the testosterone of a 9-year-old girl. You can kind of tell in the weird like glasses, like receding hairline look, the like really saggy glasses look. That's a funny tweet. I'm gonna be honest. That's a funny tweet. Suddenly, all those people that loved Bob Iger don't like him anymore because he's not adhering to everything they want him to adhere to. You must adhere, everybody. You must adhere. You got to adhere to Bob Iger, or else you're not real. You're not real. You know. To be clear, it's not ABC pulls Jimmy Kimmel after comments about Charlie Kirk. It's ABC pulls Jimmy Kimmel after threats from Trump FCC chair. Based. Sorry, bruh. Ain't nothing you can say that's gonna piss anybody off or make them feel like a hypocrite. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do, bro. I'm sorry. I know people on the left right now are tweeting as hard as they can. Yeah, hypocritical First Amendment. Me. Yeah, it's too late, bro. It's too late. You canceled everybody for fucking tying their shoelaces wrong. Okay. I walk into a convenience store in California and I say, hey, can I get a Monster? And they're like, yeah, sure. Here's your Monster. And I'm like, all right, thank you, sir. And they're like, it's ma'am. And I'm on camera. Oh, suddenly I lose all my sponsors and I'm fired overnight. Wow. And the guy literally had a 5 o'clock shadow and fucking a mustache, like a big handlebar mustache. I didn't see his skirt from behind the counter. Oh, guess what? I'm fired. Shocking. Yeah. You did it too much. Ain't nothing you can say is going to make anybody feel bad about this. No one feels bad. No one feels like a hypocrite. They feel like they're getting their due. They feel like they're getting paid back, right? They feel like they're withdrawing from their savings account right now. This was all owed. It's all owed, bruh. Shouldn't have goofed. You know? If your girl climbs on top of you and starts welling your ass out and you last 10 seconds, shouldn't fuck me so hard. What do you expect? You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't fucking fuck me so hard. Gonna spurt. No! Shit. Oh, fuck. Spurted. Shouldn't fuck me so hard. Slaughter! He says the left has had people fired for liking tweets, giving the okay sign, and smiling at an Indian. Not for celebrating the assassination of somebody with views that Obama had in the first term. Something that people forget, by the way. Yeah, but you can tell them that and they don't care. You're like, these are not the same things. And they're like, it's First Amendment, cancel culture. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. You fucked the pooch, bro. You fucked the pooch, and now the pooch can't walk. So there you go. Thank you, Slosher. I appreciate you. Yeah. Remember 9 years ago, every conservative on Twitter was banned? You know, you remember one thing that everybody memory hold. You remember this? Trump was literally permabanned off Twitter in like 2018 or something, or 2020, 2019. Remember? Trump was literally banned. The president of the United States was banned off Twitter. Everybody forgot about that. Private company, everybody. Yeah. Oh, I'm so surprised. By the way, PS2 Chiper, 20 gifted memberships. Oh my word. That's 30 out of 100. My boy coming in strong. What a beautiful man. Thank you, PS2 Chopper, for your love. I appreciate you. Thank you. 256-bit Eric. 90s Clinton era be considered Republicans in 2025? Yeah, 100%. Every single liberal on Capitol Hill said they were for closed borders and marriage was between a man and a woman. This was 15 years ago. People forget this. You know? I'm not saying I agree with those views or anything. I'm just stating what they believe. Right? You know, just to add some context, that's going to be clipped out anyway. Dara Samoon, $10 super chat. Thank you, bro. I like your profile picture of the screaming boy. I appreciate that, dude. Got you a gator on there. Appreciate you. Got the gator on there. Coming in strong. And Charitard, they blinded me with science. Thank you, bro. All right, boys. 141 and one red boy from a rainbow night putting us halfway. Thank you, brother. All right, let's continue. Pepina, there's a memory hole. All right, let's continue, boys. Everyone's talking about it, boy, by the way. Everyone. Henry Sison, the guy that manipulated dozens of young women to send him nudes. You know, the guy that's all about equal treatment for women and treating women right and respectfully. We all memory hold that as well, which is fine. He still gets paid by the DNC, so it's all good. He said the Rolling Stones now confirming what we all knew happened with Jimmy Kimmel. It was the president. This is a blatant attack on free speech. Me. So we're basically state control media. Look at them all saying the exact same shit. This is the issue, man. You'll see people in my chat come in and say the same shit. No individualistic thought. You can't even think. You can't even think with some nuance here. People will say, hey, Cody, so you are totally not for free speech anymore? And I say, yep, not for it anymore. Go fuck yourself and eat my ass. And they're like, they can't even fathom what I just said. What? Yeah, you heard me. And they're like, okay, well, have a good day, sir. I ain't playing your game. You can repeat whatever your favorite leftist commentator said. Copy and paste it in my chat all day. Give two shits. I'm not like that. And I'm going to say something you don't expect. So get ready for it. Because that ain't me. I look at everything with nuance and I don't play your game. I'm just going to say what you are trying to accuse me of. And I'm going to agree with it and tell you to eat my unwashed ass. And we're going to have a good time. It's going to be fun. So get prepared. You're on the roller coaster now. And the freaking lock is locked in. And we're going through some loops. So make sure you didn't eat anything beforehand. Just saying. It's basically, oh my God. Oh, geez. Help me, somebody. Help me. What the fuck is what is Tim doing, bro? Stop. We're in a very dark place, America. Someone do something. A vague tweet. Please like this. Oh, God, Jesus. Roseanne Barr says, yeah, imagine an administration putting pressure on a television channel to fire a comedian they don't like. Can't imagine that ever happening ever in the history of time. Let alone a sitting president. Just ban everybody's fun. Better yet, make something up about them and just anonymously email it to everybody. Maybe that'll work. Weird. Thank you, DFE Reader. Thank you for the affirmation. I really need it. I love you. I like this comic because you already know that the left can't meme at all. It's just like a weird mental block they don't have. Because instead of being funny, they just be literal and they like, it's a joke, bro. Okay. Says, Mom, what does lowering the flag to half-mast mean? Half-mast. Not what it used to. And then, of course, the age rape is fast. Blah. Rape is Nazi fascist. Blah. Look at that. Half-mast. Bro, I'm dead. So the correct phrase is half-staff. But we wouldn't expect them to know that anyway. It's fine. Half-mast. Goofy bastards. Oh, I love it, dude. It came for me and you cheered. Well, again, you bitch-ass friends. Based. Absolutely based. Good. My favorite part about this is people that are like claiming they're open for the conversation and you can't prove them wrong, and then they close their replies immediately. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Very strange. Should social media be... He knew... Let's see what happens. Let's see what our old boy... How's he still alive, by the way? What's up, Ed Orbell? I appreciate that, brother. How you doing? Was Jimmy Kimmel ever funny? Not really. I think he really had to lean on Corolla a lot because Corolla is fucking funny, right? So, sorry, I did not mean to burp into the mic. That was my fault. Make sure you guys like this show, by the way. We're 350 away from Naked Snake for the 508th stream in a row. 508.
Kimmel was not treated unfairly. He knew what he was doing and did it anyway, and he's paying the price. But I'm telling you, I don't feel good about it. I wish he had not done it. I wish he had called me and read me the monologue. I would have said, Jim, no way that's appropriate. No way. Think about the widow. Think about the widow of Charlie Kirk. And you're accusing millions of Americans of being complicit in his murder. That is not true. You are misleading. You can't do that. And that is the story.
Rip. Hyper rip. I thought he said as much as I love Jimmy Kimmel. I better be like, what the fuck, Jeremy? Oh, look at Jeffrey Mead. He's speaking the same language we're speaking, bro. He said the left was thrilled to see a sitting president banned from every social media platform, but they're now outraged when Jimmy Kimmel loses a show for lying about a political assassination carried about by someone on the left. Let's see what the crazy, hysterical people are saying in the comments. We can't miss this for the world. You know? How the fuck is it? Let's do it live, guys. He's old as hell, bro. He's like 100. He's got to be like 100. Conservative Juggalo says, don't care. I don't feel good about people promoting political violence. Should I wear a vest at the next Insane Clown Posse concert because some idiot thinks I'm a fascist bigot for being a Republican? Yes. You should wear that. Yeah, you should. My happy ass is carrying every single day. Gabriel Knight says a bunch of shit libs are calling for Disney boycotts next. Damn, just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, people that were not okay with boycotts are suddenly okay with boycotts. Look, dudes. You should have saw this coming from a mile away. Not easy to. It's not easy. It's not easy to miss it. Like I said, if you hit a dog enough, it's gonna eventually bite you. And they've been hitting a dog for 20 years. They're getting bit now. I don't know how they're surprised. Hypocrites. Oh wow, the word hurts me. I'm so scared. You exhausted all your options. You called people fascists and Nazis for like 20 years when they were not fascists nor Nazis. You called them racist when they weren't racist. So people stopped taking it serious. And now you're calling them hypocrites. Guess what? It has no power because they don't take you seriously anymore. Oops. Jeffrey Mead. Let's see what the people say. The left created cancel culture. Look at that. Look at that. The Great Reckoning. No, everybody agrees. Nice. Nice to see, bro. Free speech advocates have a lot of heavy lifting to do. Oh, wow. No, they don't. They don't care. Yep. It's exactly what I said yesterday. It says when the cultural pendulum swings back, it's going to be rough for a lot of people. Yep. Said that yesterday. I agree with this, though. You ruined. Let's see what this says.
Fox News has severed bow ties with Tucker Carlson. After all these years, they are parting ways, which means he was fired. I mean, that's really what parting ways means. Tucker couldn't be reached for comment. He's already on a plane to Moscow to meet with his manager. But what a shock. I mean, what an absolutely delightful shock this is. Now Tucker can spend more time at home tanning his testicles and touching himself to that sexy green M&M. Sadly, he's probably not done poisoning old people's brains. The question now is, where will he do it next? Will he go to OAN? Will he go to Newsmax? Will he crawl back up Satan's fiery beehole from whence he came? We don't know. One of the most despicable mother Tuckers ever to appear on American television.
Wow. Damn. We're going to quote tweet that one. Damn. Oh, I got to tweet this. Sorry, guys. All right. Actually, I think the algorithm works better when you just post the video. Let's try that. I don't really know how it works, but I think you can just literally post the video. Yep. Let's do that. Yeah. All right. We're going to tweet some tweets today. All right. My free speech. My free speech. Someone do something. Help me, please. God, Jesus. Yeah, North, isn't it weird? You know? Isn't it weird how you label everybody as Nazis and Russian spies that deserve to be killed, and now you're like, oh, I wouldn't say anything too crazy. I was just joking, bro. I was just joking. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that weird Trump show that was trying to be Family Guy. Do you guys remember that show? It lasted for I don't it might still be on. I don't really know. I saw clips from it. It was like My Neighborhood President or something. I don't remember what it was called. And every single joke was just talking about stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was literally just like, oh, okay, now see you guys later. Gonna go pass a bill that does this. And that was like the joke. And it was no one was like, what the fuck what is this garbage? Yeah, I don't think it lasted very long. But that's kind of how like the left does their jokes as far as like in that kind of way. When they try to do political jokes, it's just like they just say what they like what the accusation is. He's going to go back to talk to his Russian people. That's a joke. That's your joke. Wow, crazy joke you got there. Yeah, Venna, exactly. They're calling for a boycott of Disney, bruh. Doing a job for us. American Dad. No, it was something that I'm pretty sure lasted like 3 episodes and was canceled. American Dad, I think it's still going. I'm not sure. It was called like My Neighborhood President or something. Very recent. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Very interesting shit. Very interesting. Look at Matt S. joining his first stream ever. How you doing, bro? Our cartoon president. Thank you. Welcome to the first appearance in my stream you've ever had. Well, what's up, bro? What's up? All right. Smokey Wankanabe says, remember when God wanted to make David a king? He didn't give him a crown. He brought him Goliath. Rip Charlie. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. It was on Comedy Central. Yeah, that's weird how that got greenlit. Who saw like a clip from that show and was like, yeah, that's definitely what I want to watch. It's definitely going to make people watch. For sure. It's not funny, but who cares? Look at them all wanting to boycott. Oh, a bunch of silly boys. What a bunch of silly boys. Gretchen Carlson says, wake up, America. If you think ABC catapulting to Trump to suspend Jimmy Kimmel's show is no big deal, just wait for what could be next. Oh, no. This won't be the country you grew up in. Pretty sure it's a lot more serious than being just worried about the economy or immigration. I like this. Just wait for what could be next. Let's ignore 6 years ago when Trump was banned on every single social media platform. And when a lot of other conservatives were banned. And then when independent scientists were banned during COVID. Let's ignore all that. That didn't happen. It's fine. This is totally new and unprecedented. It's totally new. Don't worry about it. Totally fine. I love Quarter Black Garrett, bro. He's like so funny to see all these leftists start crying free speech. Bitch ass, where were you 5 years ago? Where were you 10 years ago? You've been riding high this whole time, watching your fellow countrymen get silenced, fired, or deplatformed, watching their businesses get destroyed by riots and government overreach, and you laughed. So forgive me for not jumping to your aid. Get fucked. Yeah, that's the thing. That's it. You're expecting the people that you've beat on for 10 years to turn the other cheek and save you. Bruh, I don't think you understand human nature. Charles Salmon says this is why you don't shit where you eat. Hey, man. Agreed. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. All right. Government conservative Juggalo says, here's an idea. Let's restrict their right to own firearms for voting Democrat. They either love it or accept it, and they sue and get overturned in the Supreme Court. Yeah, that was one of the things is there was somebody proposing like the idea that conservatives shouldn't be allowed to own guns. This was years ago. And I'm like, what happens when somebody else comes into power and they determine the opposite? Like, did no one ever think of this? You got to have forethought, bro. You got to have forethought, dude. But alas. Yes. Junebug says, Cody, you notice they don't even know what empathy is? I remember the meaning of it and notice they confuse it with compassion when empathy is to understand someone. Yep. Well, that's actually that's a common thing. A lot of people don't know what empathy versus sympathy actually is. They just say the word because they heard the word once. I had to take a class one time and the differences between empathy and sympathy. You know? Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Yeah, Eric Hayes had to go back for a little while. He's coming back. Takedown says you're mad because you picked the OP character in Champ Select back in 2019, but now you're in a mirror match and you're crying. Yep. A lot of people don't understand that. Yep. I'm an empath is always a weird statement I hear people make. Yeah. That's just like the final boss, right? They're like, I'm the ultimate final boss of being morally superior than anybody else, you know. Right? That's what that means. I'm actually the best that's ever existed. I'm the best that's ever existed ever. 256 bit Eric says, shout out to Elon. X was 85% lib before the buyout. Yeah. The issue was with X or Twitter back in the day is Twitter would ban people for being conservative or like making a conservative statement. And then when Elon bought it, you know, he regularly would show graphs of users and like talking points. And it was almost split down the middle, like lib and conservative, which is kind of nice, right? That's kind of a good thing. And not Reddit, not what's the other one? Not Threads, not Blue Sky. That shit's 100%. You can't even be a conservative on those apps. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, people don't like, what's the common phrase? Equality feels oppressive when you're used to special treatment. You know? Let's see what I like this guy. But also, I feel like he's a plant, right? Because why would CNN have him on?
And he's obviously free to
will
say
you
it.
defend that speech in this country that will defend to the death the speech of others? Will you defend Jimmy Kimmel's speech?
Do I defend Jimmy Kimmel going on television and saying that a shooter from the
his
left,
right to do so?
He has a right to do so, but he does not have a right to have a television show where he lies his ass off to the American people and attacks this country on a nightly basis.
Whoa. Hold on. Listen, there are plenty of people over on another network that I will not name who lied about the last election, who denigrate half the country every single night. And guess what? They
denigrate half the country. Yeah, those are the people totally getting killed all the time. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
They are allowed to do it. Now, the question is, Scott, is the
by
government...
their company. It's their business decision.
Hold on. But is the government supposed to be punishing people for the speech that they don't like? Is that the role of the government in your mind?
The government is not punishing them. This was not a government decision. Ultimately, Disney made a decision. Ultimately, CBS made a decision earlier this year. You are blaming the government. That's your opinion. That's your opinion about their business motivation.
It's pretty obvious at this point from my feed that that's what happened. This is dystopian. Ashton, just fucking post nudes. Chill out. I'm saying that in a positive manner, like as a compliment. She looks great. Albatross, the same folks complaining about getting fired are probably the same people that chased Gina Carano out of social media. 100%. They wouldn't be saying anything if they weren't those people. The exact same people cheering on people getting canceled are the ones complaining. 100% across the board. Yes. Or else they probably wouldn't even be talking about it. You know? Scott Jeans is goat. I agree. Thank you, Albatross. I love you. I appreciate you, Albatross. Big shout out and kiss on you to penis. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming in strong. One red boy from a rainbow knot. 345 from Naked Snake for the 508th stream in a row. Appreciate you guys for all the love today. Let's read this statement. It says, Sinclair says Kimmel suspension is not enough. They're going for the jugular, bro. It says, as discussed with ABC earlier today, Sinclair decided to indefinitely preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live. Mr. Kimmel's remarks are inappropriate and deeply insensitive. We read all that. Since Sinclair's ABC stations will air a special segment in remembrance of Charlie Kirk this Friday during Jimmy Kimmel's live slot. Oh, that's got to fucking sting, bro. The special will also air across all Sinclair stations this weekend. In addition, Sinclair is offering the special to all ABC affiliates across the country. Sinclair will not lift this suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live on our stations until formal discussions are held with ABC. Sinclair also calls upon Mr. Kimmel to issue a direct apology to the Kirk family. Furthermore, we asked Mr. Kimmel to make a meaningful personal donation to the Kirk family. Ha! Damn! Whew! They are Dragging my boy through the mud. They're killing his ass. They putting the boot on. Woo. Damn. Got fucked up, bro. He's getting fucked up. Are they going a little too far? Maybe. Do I enjoy it? Maybe. Maybe. Eric Kirk has filed a $40 million lawsuit against ABC. Bro, how many W's can you stack in a day? This is brutal. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Cody, isn't it a little bit wrong, maybe? Nah, I don't know, maybe. Probably. I don't know. It's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and say again, this is like depositing from the safety account. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm withdrawing from the safety deposit. Or the safety, savings account. Fuck, am I drunk or something? This feels like I'm withdrawing from the savings account. That's what it feels like. Gonna be stupid. You better be tough. Hell yeah, Nettle. I want the View to be next. No, what's her face? Whoopi Goldberg had a good statement about Charlie Kirk. So, man, look, dude. Either what I said from the beginning. If you like. You can't calm your radicalization down for a second. Just don't say anything. You know? Just don't say anything. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You know? So. Oh, crap says you can't really file for a lie about a dead person. You sure can, my friend. You sure can. I guarantee you sure can. I was wondering about that the other day, and I researched that. You totally can. You totally can. All right. Cancel the few next. It's okay to fire people for sucking at the job 100%. Cancel culture is pretty based when it happens to my enemies, actually. Based. Very based. Very, very based and cancel pilled. Very cancel pilled. I'm loving it. All right, let's pull up the Destiny video that everybody's freaking out about today, and then we'll move on to Dan Clancy. Give me a second. Whoopi made a statement at gunpoint. Well, she probably knew what the hell was coming, bro. She probably knew it. She could feel it. She could feel what was coming. Retribution. Retribution. You ever seen The Punisher? Come on, guys. Don't act like you didn't know what was going on. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, Destiny boy. Let's see what our boy Destiny got to say today. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Let's have some fun here with Destiny's goofy boy.
Oh, I did troll the shit out of the DDoS kid. That's a guy, that's one of the people, like, legitimately, like, you have no, like, it's actually kind of scary, like, how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. Or it would have just been him and his father. Because I didn't know anything about it. Dude, that was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it, but I was making so much money on Twitch, and I don't know if Nathan was involved in yet, but for whatever reason, I decided that.
Why would you say this publicly? No, Destiny. Why would you say this publicly, Broseph? What are you doing, Destiny? No, damn, bro. Fuck. Damn, Destiny, brother. God,
the current life I had wasn't worth the risk of. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so close to this fucking address. I had fucking streets mapped out and fucking you have no fucking idea. That's when I first started getting an interest in like owning a weapon. I got a permit to own a gun and everything.
Oh my god, he got a permit and everything to go kill this guy. Destiny, no. Like, what? You cannot say this stuff on live stream, Destiny, you silly boy. Charitard says, never seen a CNN clip that didn't have Scott taking a shit down someone's throat. Yeah, that's why I'm like curious as to if he's like a plant, like if it's all bullshit. Like, can he, or is it just that easy to steamroll like the leftist commentators right now? It is, because, like me and Sean have talked about this. The left just doesn't have a good platform right now. They don't have a message or a platform, right? And that's like what's really fucking everything up. And this is not helping. None of this is helping, you know? Because their platform that kind of actually did work for a little while was like, you're racist or you're a Nazi. That was kind of like the whole platform. We all can agree on that. Even if you're on the left, you can agree with that, I think. And that's just kind of not work. Doesn't really work anymore. And none of this helped, you know? And the reason that people are getting so radicalized that are still on the left and angry about it is because none of that's working. So when something that you're used to working doesn't work, you get really fucking frustrated. And that's what's going on, I think. Slasher! So Jimmy Kimmel isn't being fired for cheering Kirk's death. He's being fired for getting the vax just 4 years later. Oh, choices have consequences, Slush. No, leave Jimmy alone. Leave Jimmy alone. Thank you, Slosher. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right. Let's play that again. That's wild. You know what I want? Fucking Mexican food, bro. Can somebody get me some Mexican food? That's a joke. Don't actually do that. Please. Bruce Camargo, what's up, brother? Hey, damn, Britt. Hey, damn, brother. What's up, brother? You like my handlebar mustache?
Oh, I did troll the shit out of the DDoS kid. That's a guy. That's one of the people. Like, legitimately, like, I was so. You have no. Like, it's actually kind of scary. Like, how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. Or it would have just been him and his father.
I can't believe this shit. I'm like, it's just blowing me away again, dude. Oh my God. That's wild. I was so close to going down there and killing his whole family. Damn, brother. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? How could you say this? Is this recent? No, this is old as fuck. So that's like the only saving grace to this video. It's pretty old. You know? Still fucked. What's up, unlike Law Student 80 movie? But it's all good. Send a Mexican girl to Chody's house. What the hell?
Father, because I didn't know anything about it. Dude, that was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it, but I was making so much money on Twitch, and I don't know if Nathan was involved in yet, but for whatever reason, I decided that the current life I had wasn't worth the risk of. Oh my God! I
think what this clip shows you is Destiny's capable of definitely committing some political violence. You know, now whether or not that you can discount it for being too old or whatnot, Destiny kind of still says the same rhetoric. You know, he hasn't really changed much, but again, it is from a while back, so that's like the only saving grace I think in it. You know, so. Yeah, Sammy girl, exactly. That's a great point. It's a great point. And people are completely forgetting about these things. People are forgetting about these things. They're forgetting that tons of conservatives were thrown off of every single social media platform in the last 10 years. Right? There were people getting banned on YouTube. Trump got removed from fucking Twitter. He created a whole platform just because of it. Right? These things are prevalent and been happening. This is not a precedent that's being set. Okay, they just like to pretend it is. It's like when Jennifer Lawrence said she was the first female-led action star of all time. Remember that? Remember when Jennifer Lawrence said when she did Hunger Games, she was the first female action character of all time? Keep in mind, these movies came out in the 2010s. That's what these people are acting like. No one's ever been persecuted for their beliefs in politics. Ever. Oh, damn. Wait a second. Let me give you 20 examples. They're like, nah, those don't count. It's different. It's completely different. Well, how is it different, sir? Well, Trump's evil. Oh, that explains it. Conservatives are evil. Oh, that explains it. Okay, we're good. Thanks for explaining that to me. I was confused for a second. All right, anyway. Oh, Destiny. Oh, Destiny. You silly wheelie. Anna Kasparian can get it nowadays. Tell you what. Her beliefs are feeling better to me. All right. Anyways, let's go to Dan Clancy. We got to get to Dan Clancy, bro. It's very important. It's so touchy, my love. Oh my God, let's pull that up, bro. Thank you for saying that. So I don't know if you guys have seen this. But people are there's leftist commentators claiming that Tyler Robinson killing Charlie Kirk is actually a touching love story between him and his partner. Whoa! What's happening? Everything's so silly. We're having a good time here.
We have seen an alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it, but also it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship between the suspect's roommate and the suspect himself, with him repeatedly calling his roommate, who is transitioning, calling him my love. And
Truly a touching story. There has never been a killer on the planet that had a family whom they loved. This is the first time, boys. This is the first time, by the way. You know, Richard Ramirez, no family. No, Jeffrey Dahmer hated his father. It's totally fine. Green River Killer, not even married. Don't worry about it. None of these things are important at all. There's never been a murder on the planet where the murderer had a family whom they loved. This is the first time. So this is very touching. It's a very touching, real thing, a new thing that we've never felt before. Very touching.
I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his.
One of the aggravating circumstances of this case was there was children in the area. Ignore the bullet hole in Charlie. That's not a big deal.
Partner. So a very interesting and, as Pierre said, riveting press conference day.
Riveting. It was. Yeah, Montel Williams. Oh, I'm pulling that up. Montel Williams. Me. That one was fun. It gives us something fun to laugh about today. I don't. How does Scott Jennings not get up and slap him a few times? My heart will go on. My heart will go on and on. Gun will cock just one time and last for a lifetime. Oh, all right. My foot's asleep. Are you kidding? Is this real life? Thank God that cup was empty. Look what you did, Montel. My foot's asleep and I sling it and hit everything. This will be a Netflix love story, I guarantee you. This is going to be a Netflix documentary about love, courage, T-Money. All right. Here we go. Is this just fantasy? Caught in a love story.
But here, I think he also, I don't believe he was motivated politically. I think this was motivated emotionally. I think this was a emotional.
I'm killing Charlie Kirk because it's politics. Montel Williams. I don't think this was motivated politically, to be honest. Okay. I don't think this has anything to do politically with anything, actually. This is motivated out of sheer love. Love and devotion. Okay. That's what drove this man to kill. Love. The most purest form of beauty. That's what made him pick up that rifle and plan this elaborate assassination. Love. It's kind of beautiful, actually, Montel Williams has said. Very interesting.
Emotionally stunted person who literally, when I say it this way, just hear me, tried to defend his significant other, not trying to defend some ideology.
But although I do think there's clearly an ideological difference. That's why I played about what they said about the family. I mean, the ideological difference that he was reacting to wasn't just Charlie Kirk. It was also maybe his dad. I mean, his father was, according to him, MAGA. So that conflict was there, clearly.
But this is a young man who's dating a person in transition. And I'm a conservative father.
He's actually mad at his father, is what it is. Okay. So what Montel Williams is saying here is it's his father's fault. His father should be ashamed of being a conservative. Again, we come back full circle. It's actually conservatives' fault that this guy was radical left. The conservatives' fault. Just like Destiny said, if you want to stop being killed, you deserve to be afraid if you continue to vote for conservatives. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what Destiny said. He said conservatives need to be afraid of being killed over and over and until they start going in the other direction. Interesting. Interesting. You know. Bretsky says, how much longer do I have to donate to get your car on a car? You can have your low on my car whenever you want, brother. Have you done it before? Or it's probably been on there. I don't know. Who the fuck's Montel Williams? Montel Williams was literally just had you remember Jerry Springer, all those shows that was cropping up, like the same kind of show as Jerry Springer? Montel Williams, yeah. I haven't done it yet. Oh, well, it's dead, brother. I desperately need it for the next race we're going to. Yeah, they were the same thing, same shit. They bring on like two midgets that were fighting over something. You know, is there a longer version? Oh, the longer version. Yes.
I'm real mad. Face it, it's gotta be this, it's gotta be this, it's gotta be this. Why can't we have a discussion about how long is it going to take for us to figure out a way to come back together?
Just to be clear, I am angry.
Can we just let him finish?
I am angry,
Scott. I'll let
because
you talk.
I knew it.
Scott, I'll let you talk in just a second. Go ahead.
Could we spend as much time figuring out how we bridge this and come back together again?
Yes, Mick Steller.
I used to have a note on my producer's desk when I did my show that was said, we don't belabor what happens. We try to figure out why it happens and come up with solutions. Right now, all we're doing is belaboring what happened over and over and over and over again. We're not going to sit down and try to figure out how do we stop it. If we want to
go after left-wing terrorists. That's actually exactly the conversation we're having, is we're acknowledging there's a problem.
Why is all the hot women so based all the time? Look at this cute little girl over here. We just need to go after the leftist extremists. Oh, wow. What's your number again, ma'am? You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, what is that? Why is that always the case? Like, every time. It's very interesting.
Problem.
So anybody who disagrees with you is a left-wing terrorist?
Absolutely not, but if they...
Anybody that disagrees with you. No, the guy that shot Charlie is what we're talking about, Montel. Yeah, we're talking about everybody. No, we're talking about the guy with the rifle, bro. That's what this subject matter is about. Rifle guy. That's the guy. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. If you live in a time before before the internet, you knew who Montel Williams was because there was literally nothing else on. Yeah, bro. I watched Judge Judy and shit. God, that shit was slop TV, bro.
Target a conservative and murder him in brutal fashion. He's probably
let me answer your question.
Yes, that person is a murderer.
You said,
we can all acknowledge that.
You said I am angry, and I am channeling the emotions of millions of conservatives who are angry. They knew Charlie. They loved Charlie. They viewed Charlie as a mainstream conservative Republican voice who talked about issues that millions of Americans believe. He also talked about his faith. And he did it by going to college campuses, which are not normally hospitable to conservatives, and offering his opponents a microphone to have what we always say.
In support of what? In support of what?
Civil discourse.
Not only that, but support of the First Amendment.
And
guess what? He made sure
that
people had an opportunity to stand in a room and talk.
He was murdered trying to do what we always say. Why don't we talk to each other? So yes, it's not even been a week. So you're going to have to give us a little grace on being angry about somebody who did what you always say that we should do. Let's talk.
We didn't get much grace over.
And he got
more
killed.
than a week's grace over
So
2 Michigan elected officials who were murdered. Did we give? Was it 3 weeks before we decided to say that there was something wrong with Speaker Pelosi's husband being hit in the head with a hammer?
Montel he went off on the Twitter brain. You know what Montel could have done here? He could have been like, no, I agree. You know, I can respect that. I can respect what you're saying. You know, but no, he just says the same shit that I saw on Twitter 100 times. What about this? And what about that? Let's ignore the motives behind those as well. That's very important. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about it. Don't do it. Judge Joe Brown. Oh yeah, Judge Joe Brown. Love me some Judge Joe Brown. What about ism? Yeah, no one gives a bug. Bo Garant says, I heard about Charlie Kirk's supporter that was fired after playing Charlie Kirk speeches on the display devices inside the Vegas store and posted to TikTok about it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The issue is people they want to talk about whataboutism about subject matters they never heard about until this happened. Right? That's very important. Look, there are a lot of people that knew about the Pelosi thing. Obviously, that was one of the more popular ones. There is not a lot of people that heard about the person I can't even remember now. Hortman. Melissa Hortman, is that her name? Literally, I guarantee you 99% of people tweeting about Melissa Hortman did not hear about Melissa Hortman until Charlie was killed. And now they're posting it like they've been talking about it for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, they didn't know, right? Why did they not know? Because it wasn't publicized, because it was Tim Walt Stafford that did it. Like, that they didn't publicize it because there was a reason. There was a very big reason why it wasn't publicized. Because they didn't want it to be. You know what I'm saying? And now they're trying to grasp the straws. Use some whataboutism. Just ignore this. Completely fine. Whataboutism. What's the motives behind these people? Don't talk about that. There's a reason why we didn't publicize it back then. Right? No, sorry, bro. It's ogre, bro.
And somebody was disparaging the person about a love-torn child, a kid. This is probably his first real relationship. And somebody was disparaging the person that he loved. He sat on that building for 30 minutes before he took the shot. Why did he wait until the first word trans came up? Then he took the shot.
You think he heard it? He could hear it?
I think he could hear it. I think he also, I don't believe he was motivated politically.
Montel, bro, what are you doing? Somebody made fun of his boyfriend. You got to understand. Like, Montel is unironically being like, somebody made fun of his boyfriend, bro. That's why he did it. And we got to understand that, like, that hurt his feelings. It's like, okay, let's assume, Montel, that's true. Somebody made fun of his boyfriend. We are in no different position right now. You also can't kill people, Montel, for making fun of your boyfriend. Okay? Also not okay. I don't know where we're going with this conversation. Also not okay. You're still going to be charged with murder. Okay? If some dude walks up to me in the bar and it's like, hey, bro, your boyfriend over there is ugly. And I'm like, for one, not my boyfriend. And two, his name's Billy Hatcher, and you will not talk to him like that. And three, killing you now. Still going to go to jail. Montel, are you going to defend me for protecting Billy Hatcher's right to exist? No. You still can't kill people. Montel, you silly boy. God, he's such a silly boy. Such a silly little boy. We do, Montel. We'll do it. We're going to do it, Cowboy Juggernaut. We're doing it, bro. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. I wish Ted Cruz didn't look like a bird, though. I don't like his face. Look like a bird. Billy's not ugly. Come on, bro. Damn, we almost been live for 2 hours. Hell, Jesus, I did not realize this, man. We've been freaking going hard today. 30 memberships out of 100 for the for the Fight Milk streak of 4, and 330 until Naked Snake 508 in a row. Hot diggity damn! I just noticed how long I've been live. I was like, damn, I've been long, way too live. I've been long, way too live tonight.
You said a lot there, and we don't have a motive yet. We don't know yet. We're waiting. Obviously, we've heard what the governor's had.
We don't have a motive, everybody. Let's ignore what the investigations already released in their public statements. It's fine. Literally have already released the public statement. They did a press conference about this, right? Even the governor was like, yeah, we know what's going down. But unfortunately, my girl works for CNN. So she got to say what she got to say. I get it. I'm not going to harp on her too hard. I get it. Did you ever read the Rumble Rant? Well, hell no, I didn't read no damn Rumble Rant. Let me pull it up. Okay. Where is he at? No, Rumble Rant. Let's come back. Okay. Toss Sigma says Tennessee is where I'm looking to move. Hey, what's up, brother? Thank you for the $2 Rumble Rant. I appreciate you, brother. Lindsay the Cynical Geek on Rumble with $1 says congrats on getting me over viewers on your streams and iDubbbz. We're famous now. I mean, that's not, I'm not really, it's not a high bar to beat. iDubbbz called himself the White Hassan Piker with his whole 80 concurrent viewers, which is wild if you think about it, to be fair, that iDubbbz gets literally no live audience. It's because he sucks. His videos were great back in the day, though, but he sucks now.
You said a lot there, and we don't have a motive yet. We don't know yet. We're waiting. Obviously, we've heard what the governor's had to say, what the FBI director.
Let's give her some grace here. It must be really, really, really hard to like work for CNN right now. Like right now. Like this week, It must be brutally hard. It's kind of sad, you know. I feel kind of bad. I'm like, dude, you have somebody in your ear saying this, that. You're like, fuck, bro, this is gonna be rough. Please don't make me do it. Please don't make me say stuff. Okay.
Come on, we don't have a motive yet.
We know
we don't have a motive yet.
What's
really?
happening with
Really? That's CNN's position.
I mean, from law enforcement,
he just happened
Senator.
to fire the gun in celebration. You can't tell the motive.
Senator, that's not what I said. And I said law enforcement hasn't laid out a direct motive. They've laid out a lot of evidence here of these messages and what
actually
the
they
shooter
have.
said
They've
to
said that
family
he was a
members
left-wing
and to
activist who hated
roommates.
Charlie Kirk. Pardon?
Senator, with all due respect, you know exactly what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you politically. I'm saying that law enforcement has not put a specific.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Lies on top of lies is unsustainable. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, they got to do what they got to do and what their investors want, man. So I think she's just trying desperately hard to get a job. I think she looks decent enough. She go work at Fox and be based, you know? Like, I would message somebody at Fox about, hey, look, I look decent, okay? I want a contract, and I will be based from now on. Please, for the love of God, I can't do this anymore. She do got a little bit crazy eyes, though.
Motive. You know that there's a difference of what they're putting in a legal argument than what you're talking about. And you're not even, we're not even arguing about the facts here.
What you just said is false,
Senator
Caitlin.
No.
Caitlin. Facts. Hold on a second. Let me answer your statement because what you said is factually
Senator, with all
false.
due respect,
law enforcement.
With all due respect, you're
don't
putting
want
a lot of
facts. Okay,
statements
go ahead,
that I did
give your
not
speech.
say. And I want to get back to, we just laid out the facts.
You
in the
just
opening
said
of the
law
show of
enforcement
what we
has
learned
not
from
laid out a
prosecutors
motive.
One thing I have to point out, this is completely unrelated, okay? One thing I have to point out. Why do they still have a delay between speakers on news organizations? It's been 30 years. Can we fix this? Because, like, they're talking over each other and trying to let the other talk, and then they get 1 second and they speak again because naturally it's what you do, you know? She's one of the worst, and Camelot wants to give her the old one too. Look, dude. Okay? Look, dude. I gotta take it when I can get it. You know what I'm saying? What's up, EB Grimley? How you doing, brother?
That is objectively
and we just spoke to the
false.
Deputy Attorney General.
That is objectively false.
They
What
have not
you are
set a
saying
concrete
is
motive of
objectively
exactly
false,
what it was.
And
They've laid out
CNN should
every
not be
evidence that we
engaged in
know so far.
misinformation. Caitlin, answer my question.
It's not
Have you seen the
misinformation,
polling
Senator.
that shows
You-
the vast majority of
you were
Democrats
taking what I
believe
said
this murderer is a
about
Republican and a
that.
Trump supporter? Have you seen that polling?
Let me get back to my questions, though, Senator, because the question here
You're not going to answer that
was
question?
actually.
Let me get back to my questions real quick, because I don't know what the fuck to say. Yeah, Batman, exactly, dude. Exactly.
Are you going to
to
answer
what
that
you were
question?
saying
You
about
have seen that polling.
investigations that you'd like to see.
So you're not going to
Senator,
answer the
I'm the
question.
one asking the questions here, and the question.
No,
about
we're having
you
a
saying that
conversation. I
right-wing or
understand
left-wing
that
groups need
you
to be
want to
investigated
say
for
things
where
that
the
are
financing
factually
is
false,
coming.
and then you
Do
don't
you believe
actually
that
want the
right-wing
facts.
groups also
You don't
need to be
actually want the
investigated?
facts laid out. Okay, give your speech.
That's not true, Senator. I'm asking you a question.
Go ahead. I don't know what your question is because we have
You
a
said that
delay
you
because you're in
believe
England,
that-
so I can't hear what you're saying.
You said that you believe that left-wing groups should be investigated. You want to know where the financing is coming from for protests. Do you believe that they should also
Yes.
be looking into right-wing groups as well, or do you believe it should only be limited to that?
But what about the right-wing groups, guys? But what about those? Look, I got to be completely transparent with y'all. I can understand people in the chat being like, "Groiper," like I get it. We're all online. People are seeing like conspiracy stuff. They see something here. I get it. I fucking get it. Like I can totally understand if somebody in the chat's like, "Groiper," I get it. If CNN, if that's their route, is the Groiper thing. Are you just biding your time? Are you just trying to get through like interviews? You're just trying to get through this. Like, come on now. Come on now. Real quick before I continue here, because we are closing in. We're getting it's getting a little bit late. Don't forget, guys, I have a PayPal thing up here for my next couple of races in racing this year to finish the year off strong. We're halfway there. Anybody that does 1,000 or more gets their logo on my car, and I think my boy My boy in the chat, Charles, is likely close to that. So he'll probably be the one and only. I think there might be only one person that's done over that much. So thank you. I appreciate you. You're the GOAT. Consider helping your boy out a little bit so I can fly out and not have to worry about missing my mortgage and dying. So appreciate you guys so much for keeping the dream alive. All right. So Ted Cruz. Let us continue. Jays.
Look, I believe anyone engaged in acts of violence should be prosecuted and go to jail. But I will say there has been an enormous amount, and CNN has been guilty of this, of both sidesism, of saying, gosh, both sides are violent. And understand, yes, there is some violence on both sides, but it is the left that overwhelmingly celebrates this. It is leftists that have been celebrating. You look at Blue Sky, and it is a cesspool of leftists celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk. You look at recent polling that shows over 50% of Democrats saying violence against Elon Musk is justified. Violence against Donald Trump is justified.
This is a real thing, by the way. A lot of people don't realize this. This poll really exists where over 50% of people think that you should be able to kill these people. These are normal people. Normal. Do you know what the percentage was for Trump? You know what the percentage was on this poll for getting rid of Trump was? That Democrats, normal ass people, think that it's okay to take him out? 70%. That means if you have anybody in your family that's a Democrat, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. You know, I gotta preface this with that. Like, look, there needs to be parity of thought. I just think there needs to be a new party to represent progressive values, in my opinion. But 70% of Dems. That means if you have 4 Democrats in your family, 3 of them think that you should be able to just like assassinate somebody. Normal people. That's fucking terrifying, bro. It's terrifying. I'm just putting that out there.
You look at Democrats who do things like what Kamala Harris did of giving money and urging people to give money to bail out violent rioters and Antifa riots. It is only one side that justifies this violence. My view is if you commit acts of violence, you should be prosecuted. And so, yes, we should follow the money. Anyone funding acts of violence, we should go after. But this is a left-wing problem.
How can you argue that it's? I think
she has the thing in her ear that's like the guy's like fuck, fuck, what do we do? Oh my God, Jesus!
The argument that people have been talking about recently is what's going on with the Charlie Kirk case. I think people have raised that because there have been other acts of political violence as well when it comes to targeting Democrats. I mean, we've seen that with a lawmaker who was killed in Minnesota this summer alongside her husband.
There you go. Montel Williams. We're repeating the same talking point. Keep in mind, she completely ignored the statistic that he just put out there from the recent poll. Let's just fucking throw that there. That's like the worst thing you could ever hear if you're a newscaster and you're trying to argue from your side or your point, which is just really hard right now, given the nature of politics right now in this country. And it's like, what about this poll that says this? And she's like, oh, shit. Can't speak to that. We cannot mention that. Do not even acknowledge that poll, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, they completely ignore that was a Tim Walz employee that did that, which is very interesting. But it's fine.
We've seen it with the break-in at Nancy Pelosi.
But the assassin
We've also
there
seen
was
it with Justice Brett Kavanaugh
the
and
assassin
others.
Hold on a second. If you're going to say facts, you need to get your facts right. The assassin there was not a right-wing assassin acting on a political motive. The assassin there was someone who had been an appointee of Tim Walz, and he was a deranged lunatic. And yes, there are deranged lunatics who attack people both right and left. But if you look at murders carried out for political agendas, they are overwhelmingly on the left, whether it is the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the 2 assassination attempts of Donald Trump, the assassination attempt on Brett Kavanaugh, over and over and over again, whether it was the congressional shooter who came to Washington to the baseball game and said, I want to find congressional Republicans
we've noted all of those
to attack.
instances. We
Well,
noted
but
all those
it is a
instances, but sir,
disproportionate problem.
we're also noting that there have been
look at
others,
the
including the
reaction.
Democratic lawmakers who were targeted just a couple of months ago. So I think that is the point that people have made here.
But it
And when
wasn't
they've
by a
heard the
Republican
administration
for
say
a
they're going to go
political
after
agenda. And
left-wing
by the way,
groups,
that lunatic should be prosecuted and go to jail.
Hello. But a Democrat got a speeding ticket yesterday. Okay. Same thing. The same thing. Oh, poor lady, man. She's got look, dude. You got to give her some credit. She has probably one of the hardest jobs in the world right now.
So what I'm not doing is what leftists are doing. Leftists are celebrating that murder. Here? I think the murder in Minnesota was horrible. It was horrible, and that violent criminal should be prosecuted and going to jail. You would have a point if I said, gosh, let's set up a bail fund for that murderer. Then you'd have a point. But it's only one side that is.
Damn. Wolfie, what's up, bro? You can fix her. You damn straight, Wooden. You damn straight. Hell yeah. I can fix her.
Doing that. Do you agree that on Blue Sky, there are thousands of leftists celebrating and reveling in the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Senator, I don't think that anyone should celebrate someone's murder regardless of what that person believed when they were on Earth. And I don't think Blue Sky is representative of how people feel. If you celebrate it, I think that's wrong, and I think that's
it's
evil.
representative of leftists. It's only left-wingers are on it.
Senator Ted Cruz, thanks for your time tonight.
She's like, I don't think that represents the left. Oh, well, remember that poll I mentioned like 1 minute ago that you completely fucking ignored? Oof. All right, let's get to Dan Clancy. Gosh, everybody, jeez. You got to get to Dan Clancy and end this show. All right, because I have not eaten. I have not ate. Actually, I ate a protein bar when I got up this morning. That's the last time I ate. So I need to eat something eventually. Where are you at, Dan? All right. So Dan Clancy is the CEO of Twitch. Okay. He is best friends with Hassan Piker, the guy that openly calls for the death of people all the time, breaks the TOS for Twitch, and he never gets banned ever, even remotely. Now, once in a while, they'll ban him for one day. Just to kind of, I guess, say they did, probably to avoid future litigation or future criminal charges, because eventually somebody, one of Hassan's mods or something to that nature, eventually are going to do something, and they're going to need to have some kind of out on how they tried to calm down the situation. They'll be like, oh, we banned him twice. That's what they're going to do. That's the reason they banned him like once or twice. It's to, God, I keep kicking shit. Is to make sure they have some kind of out, but that's not going to work. Okay. That's not going to work. I'm sorry. So Dan Clancy, who probably uses Hassan Piker's like pit pull with women to be best friends with him, in my opinion. But this says right here, this is a summons from the House of Representatives. It says, Dear Mr. Dan Clancy, the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform requests your testimony at a hearing on Wednesday, October 8th at 10 a.m. in a room HVC 210 of the U.S. Capitol Visitor Center. The hearing will examine radicalization on online forum users, including incidents of open incitement to commit violence politically motivated, which they're specifically talking about Hassan Piker, specifically. To confirm your appearance at the hearing, please contact the Committee Oversight to Government Reform staff. Please provide your written testimony at least 2 days prior to hearing. You will have the opportunity to provide a 5-minute opening statement prior to answering questions posed by members. The Committee of Oversight and Government Reform is the principal oversight committee of the U.S. House of Representatives and has broad authority to investigate any matter at any time under House Rule 10. Thank you in advance for your cooperation with this inquiry. Oh, my God. What a big old W. This is what we call a W. Like one of the Bushes. W. After all these years of nothing being done, I'm not going to believe anything will happen until it's actually done. 100%. Yep. 100%. W. I don't think it's going to matter, to be fair. He's motivated. He's motivated by that, but by the clam, bro. Motivated by the clam, nothing you can do about it. Chairman Comer invites the CEO of Discord, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit to testify on radicalization on online forum users. Oh, Steam catching some strays over here, huh? Rest in peace. Steam? Steam caught some strays. I guarantee you it's because of VR chat. That's probably what it's all about. VR chat got their asses. They got their asses, bro. They got them. Nothing you can do, brother. Nothing you can do. It's over. It's ogre. It's ogre. Do people really think? Do they really think that these message requests you get are like real? My friend thinks you're cute, but she's too nervous to tell you. Here's her account. What? Bro, Zip, are you serious? No one thinks I'm cute. What's up? All right. It says the politically motivated assassination of Charlie Kirk claimed the life of a husband, father, and American patriot. In the wake of this tragedy, amid other acts of politically motivated violence, Congress has a duty to oversee the online platforms that radicals have used to advance their political violence. To prevent further radicalization and violence, the CEOs of Discord, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit must appear before the Oversight Committee and explain what actions they will take to ensure their platforms are not exploited for nefarious purposes. Ban them all. Ban them all. Ban them all. You know what? You know what's weird about that? Okay, so there's this app called Threads that I went viral on accident. And I scrolled the feed on Threads for a second the other day. And there was a lot of posts saying weird shit. You want to know what they were saying? Is anyone else in Huntsville, Alabama? And it was just like OnlyFans girls. What the fuck? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Threads? Hey, this girl lives next to you. Go fuck her. Like, what are you doing, Threads? Very weird, very strange. Not Steam, no. Those aren't real one shot? No, sir, no, they're not. Now, I learned the hard way 20 times before realizing they're not real. You know? Unfortunately. Dan Clancy will absolutely not accept the invitation to testify. You don't think so? I really hope this murder does not lead to crazy online censorship laws, which I fear it will. It likely could. It likely could. You know? Is it my birthday, Sad Lad Chad? How you doing, brother? James Burns, what's up, brother? Well, we're closing in. We got about 30 minutes left. We are 3:39 from the Naked Snake. No, we're not 3:30. We're 3:30 exactly, actually, from Naked Snake for the 508th stream in a row, but we are closing in on the end of it. Big shout out to PS2 Chopper, by the way, for all your love tonight. Appreciate you, brother. Gabe's going to have to stop fucking around in his yacht and testify. Damn, Gabe. Not Gabe. Not our brother, Gabe. Not our brother, Gabe. Oh, he's just trying to chill. He'll accept the first two invites, not the third one. That's for damn sure. It's not that I don't think so, that I know so. I've watched his behavior. He stays in the shadows all the times. Yeah. I think we're going to see some startling allegations against that guy someday. I just have this feeling. You know, I have this feeling that it's going to be one of those organizations that was ran like the Cosby Rooms for Blizzard back in the day. I really think that's going to come out. Right? I think that's what I just have that fucking weird feeling, dude, you know? I just have that feeling. Gosh. Half-Life. Never going to happen. Never going to happen, boys. Roseanne Barr said today is better than her birthday after Jimmy Kimmel got taken off the air. I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm totally full. I've always thought he was not funny and weird. You know, I don't like it. I never liked it. If your entire like shtick is Trump is bad, you're not a good comedian. You suck ass. Right? I can respect a comedian that doesn't politically align with me or with other comedians that I enjoy. If you're a good comedian, you're a good comedian. Probably why he was on late night. Because that's where shitty comedians go to fucking die, is late night. We got a lot of good examples of that. A lot of good examples of that. What was that one guy that was fat and annoying and like a prissy little like pretentious like little bitch? What was that guy's name? I can't even remember his name now. Corden. James Corden. Yeah. The most unfunny guy on the planet. Got a late night show as an English man in the U.S. How did that happen? James Corden? What did I say? Jimmy Corden? James Corden? Same thing. Yeah, that dude was the most unfunny guy on the face of the earth. And he had a late night show. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Absolutely gross. Kimmel married Sarah Silverman. How smart can this man be? That's true. Has he not seen the movie? I mean, come on. They gave that Unfunny Chick a late night show too. Oh, only good one was Craig Ferguson. I liked Craig Ferguson a little bit. I liked Conan. I've always thought Conan was decently funny. You know, regardless of whatever, he was pretty funny sometimes. You know, but that's fun. Big shout out to all my boys tonight. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's cover the pink boy, the lone pink boy today, Billy Hatcher. I appreciate you, brother. The lone orange boy, Slosher. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you guys for all the love and support. Thank you guys. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. Conan is entertaining. His old show was the only one I used to watch. Yeah, I liked it. I liked Conan a lot. I thought he was good. Jimmy Kimmel sucks. So I'm not brokenhearted at all. I was wondering how he lasted this long, like from a funding standpoint, you know. That's the weird thing. But let's talk about some stuff we got coming up. So had a new video today. We had like 700 people last stream concurrent, which was really cool. I appreciate you guys. Really, I was fired up last stream. Had a lot of fun with that one. Trying to put out videos every single damn day. I'll be going to California in a couple weeks. I'll be going to Vegas in a couple weeks as well. Doing some wild shit out there, and then I'll be in Arizona a couple weeks after that. So we'll be there doing some stuff. Repping my partnership with Alexander PCs, great people. So we're gonna have a lot of fun doing that. Yes, I have lost like over 2,000 subs in the last 3 days, which was expected. So Conan's in Death Stranding. He wasn't. Yeah, I remember that, dude. Oh man, why do late night shows still exist? Podcasts are better. I guess tradition. I don't know. Like, if you look at people that are canceled, you know, for ratings, mind you, usually they'll go to podcast and fail miserably in podcast because they're not actually interesting nor funny. Like they'll use their connections. I have seen like celebrities or minor celebrities that have been in entertainment for years start a podcast and they'll have like Robert Downey Jr. on it and it will get like 10,000 views, bro. It's crazy. It's because they're not interesting. They're not funny. They're not interesting. Nothing. Right? So, oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. I'm sniffly. I'm coming off of a brutal sickness. I'm finally surviving though. Farts are funnier than Jim Kimmel. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Farts are funnier than Jim Kimmel. Oh, Jim Kimmel. But hey, man. Yeah, you kind of get what you deserve. I still don't think his comments are what got him canned. I think they were just looking for a reason. Probably because it was losing unfathomable amounts of money. And they were probably not getting subsidies anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, what are you doing in Vegas? Racing. No. You've gained 60, 70. Not me. I'm losing them like wildfire. Losing them like wildfire, brosifs. So. Colbert winning the Emmy after the show was canceled is the funniest joke I've ever been. The fact that he showed up and accepted that is unbelievable. If I had a show on TV and it was canceled for low ratings and you offered me an Emmy, a reward for my show, I would be like, yeah, I'm not going to come to get that. That doesn't make any sense. But then again, it probably has something to do with the weird Satan parties. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. You know, I'm just a lowly redneck man. That's all I am. You know, so thank you, Tyler. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, brother. The Naked Snake streak looks like it's finally going to end. It's 507, which is a huge ass number. Okay, it's a big ass number. I appreciate the support for 4 years of Naked Snakes, 4 whole years of the snake. But unfortunately, like Jimmy Kimmel, I am trash. I don't deserve your snake love today. And that's okay. We'll start her back at 1. Hole 1. Saturday will be number 1. Maybe. Only reason late night shows had ratings is people falling asleep. Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's what happens to me sometimes, though. I'll raid somebody, and then I'll notice that 100 people are still in my stream because they were behind and like definitely asleep. Definitely asleep. Dare you were. This is your fault, Daru Simon. You fucked me. Bad juju. That's what you did. You jujued my ass. But Colbert was the highest rated of all late night shows. Was an argument someone used to get me. Well, that's bad. That's actually a self-report. That's very bad. Very, very bad. Imagine that being the argument, you know. Rich is still streaming. He's been streaming for like 12 hours. My bro needs to chill out, dude. He needs to settle down, bro. People still super chat the shit out of him, though, so I gotta understand it, right? It's drama, man. It's like fun drama. I don't do the fun drama thing too often, right? So that, you know, that's why we don't make a rich money here. We don't make a rich review tech money here. We talk about what's happening and what I'm doing and what y'all are doing. We have a good time. No. I only talked about Rich for 13 whole minutes. 13 whole minutes. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate that. That was intentional. I appreciate you. You're a good man. You're a good man. Good man. I love you. I appreciate you. There. Is this what happened? Oh, it's off. Is it off? Did this break or something? I think my vape just broke. This is what I get for buying a gas station vape in Chicago. I was in Chicago last week and bought a gas station vape. Whoa. Interesting. Okay. Well, there it is. It's over. Stop vaping. Never. I will never stop. Won't stop. Can't stop. All right. I guess that one's gone. Weird. You don't have a battery? No, I didn't. Time to get electrified. Cam got a Temu vape. Yeah, dude. He lives in Minnesota, so it explains a lot. Who, Rich? Is Rich in Minnesota? I thought he lived in like Kansas or something. Or Arkansas. Or is that where a Boogie lives? Boogie. Oh, Boogie. Back to the old Joe Camels. Let's see who we're going to raid. Sasha Grey. No. We'll raid. We could raid Star Wars girl, Anna. Ricky Berwick. There's certain people I don't raid because they don't acknowledge it. Shizzy's raid. He's alive. I might do Shizzy if he's still alive. Because they stream on Twitch and then they restream to YouTube and they never look at their YouTube. I raided somebody one time with like 800 people and they had 400 people watching on YouTube and they never looked at their YouTube chat once. And I went to their Twitch and they had like 20 people watching. I'm like, this dumb bastard. It's like, well, never raiding them again, goofy bastard. The very strange Twitch like popularity affirmation thing is so strange and hypnotizing to people. I'll never understand it. I got really big on Twitch for 2 seconds and then I submitted my partnership and they denied it within probably 60 seconds and I was really confused. And then one of my buddies who used to work at Twitch was like, yeah, they always deny the first partnership no matter what. And then you have to do it again for a month. And I'm like, no, thank you. Fuck y'all. I'm not doing that. It's stupid. They're like, yeah, they do it to test you and to see how like committed you are. And I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. I'll just go back to YouTube and keep making money on there. We'll do Raging Rhino. You know. Thank you, Dark Cloud. I appreciate you. Will you also create a Kick account? No. I make all my revenue on YouTube. So until somebody can beat what revenue I make on YouTube without me having to like go on there for 5 years to try to make revenue, then I'm not going to move to anything else. Right. So they could pay me to, but other than that, I won't be doing it. Royal Wee says, you ever watch Eyes Wide Shut? I've fallen down the YouTube rabbit hole on conspiracy theories. They actually killed Kubrick after he made it. Really? Eyes Wide Shut. Let me Google it, brother. I've heard of that. Eyes Wide Shut is a erotic drama co-directed by Stanley Kubrick Why is Eyes Wide Shut so controversial? Due to the intense theories surrounding Stanley Kubrick's ultimate death after he screened a cut of the film to studio executives, with some believing the movie was altered to remove evidence of powerful underground sex trafficking and that Kubrick was murdered by his elite cabal. Interesting. Well, I will definitely be watching some documentaries about that. Thank you, Royal We. I appreciate you, brother. Cheritar says Twitch policy prohibits them from acknowledging YouTube chat or anything while on stream. That would make sense then. That would make a lot of sense, to be fair. Twitch can eat a pee-pee. That's for sure. I can care two shits about Twitch. I streamed on Twitch for 6 months at one point before I ever started YouTube, and I think the largest I ever had was 30 concurrent viewers. It was like impossible to cultivate an audience on Twitch. I moved to YouTube and had 100K subscribers within 9 months. K to the Swiss. How you doing, brother? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I love you. I love you, man. Thank you, dude. Appreciate all that, my boys. Is that the Roddy Piper one? What are you talking about? I thought you were going to multiple stream. I stream on Rumble as well. Oh, Rumble. Now the thing with Rumble is I didn't have a partnership with Rumble, but Rumble was always messaging me about streaming on Rumble and using Rumble tools and doing all these Rumble things. And I'm like, look, dudes, you're gonna have to pay me, or I'm not gonna do all this. Right? They were wanting me to do a lot of stuff. Like they were personally messaging me, not like the Rumble media account or something, but like people that work for Rumble were messaging me every day. Like, you need to try this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to stream on this. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do any of that, actually. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay me. You're gonna have to pay me to if I'm gonna if YouTube will not be my focus at any point, you have to pay me, or I'm not gonna do it. Right? Because I pay my bills off YouTube. This is not a goofy little deal for me. This is what I do full time all the time. It's what pays my mortgage. So unless you're gonna start helping me pay my mortgage, I'm not gonna represent your website fully and wholly. What the fuck? No. I don't care how corrupt YouTube can be. Still paying my bills. Oh. And people are like, why don't you just move? You just move entirely to Rumble. And I'm like, yeah, and lose my house in a month. What are you talking about? Hold on now. I don't think you understand. I don't think you get it. All right. Charitard. I preferred Adriana to Sash. Sash? Before she broke her back during the Game Awards. No, seriously, look it up. What in the... Oh, are you talking about the girl? No, I'm thinking of the girl that jumped in the ball pit. What are you talking about, Charitard? You need to DM me these vague things, Charitard. I need your DMs of the vagueness. Thank you, Charitard. I love you. Horrendous 7 says thoughts on the whole secret underground network with Charlie Kirk shooting. There's a ton of people that were in this chat talking about it, apparently, and discussing doing it or whatever. Oh, I have no idea. Oh, I'm sure there was some. I'm sure there was some planning and some nefarious stuff going on. Will we ever hear about it? I don't know. It depends on how it makes the media look. Right. So, Art Hedis says, I like that they're hands-on. YouTube doesn't even acknowledge people. Sure, that's cool and all, but acknowledgement doesn't pay my mortgage, right? So, I like that too. But the unfortunate truth with these other platforms is they grab the largest possible creators on the planet and then pay them unfathomable amounts of money, usually for a press release, and that doesn't solve anything, right? What you need to do is grab 1,000 small creators that stream every day to a very decent sized audience, pay them a $300,000 amount to stream on your platform, instead of paying one giant creator $50 million. That is insane. What are you doing? You could get 1,000 creators working for you that are committed and very passionate and also trying to find their way, right? People that are trying to find their way, they're passionate. Or do you want one guy so you can have a press release about it? That doesn't make much sense to me. But again, that's why maybe I don't run a website. There was a group chat with over 20 people involved that were part of this and knew beforehand. Oh, yeah, we talked about that on the last show. Yeah. Watery says, "Why is Rich still on YouTube? Thoughts after review tech went dark? He is gone." Well, I think he never really wanted to do video game like news content or commentary. And the second he was able to get away from it, because a lot of people don't remember, Rich only did videos for the longest time, and then he started streaming. And his streaming was completely based in a different realm, right? And when he realized he could pay his bills off that, he was like, well, I'm just going to stream now, which is kind of the direct. He did try to keep it alive for a while, but then he went full in all for streaming, right? And that's when he created his other channel to stream on. And then he started watching like DSP and getting more just engrossed in like just drama content. And then I think he just wanted to, I think he started getting really paranoid, and he just fucking deleted his main YouTube channel. I will never understand why, but sell it to an Indian or something. Fuck, do anything, So at any rate, I think he just enjoys streaming, right? So I think that's the whole point. Anonymous says followed. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. On the Twitch. Bro, I get banned on Twitch in 2 seconds. Well, probably not nowadays, especially with the climate, but oh my god. Oh my god. Sounds about right to me. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm setting some stuff up. I saw him block Tectone. Oh no. Oh wow. And he's literally sitting in there in streams mocking and making fun of the whole Charlie Kirk situation. Like, we literally watch Rich mock his wife and her what he called bullshit speech, even though it wasn't bullshit. Literally the other day he was saying, "Oh, I don't condone shooting, but I understand why it happened." That's the dumbest shit in the world. Not specifically talking about Rich, but people that are that can't even hear themselves speak blows me away. It blows me away, right? They'll be like, they'll say this unironically. Like this is their statement that a lot of these people will say. They'll say, I don't condone Charlie Kirk being assassinated or murdered, but he was a racist, evil, bigot, Nazi, and I'm glad he's gone. Or here's what they say. Sorry, I kind of fucked that up. They'll say, I'm not celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, but he was a racist, evil, Nazi, bigot, and I'm glad he's dead. Which is literally saying the former, right? You're literally saying the former and the latter. And these people will unironically type that and hit send tweet. And it blows my mind. That's like saying, I don't like pizza, but I eat it 7 days a week for every meal. You're saying you're completely hypocritical from the first former with the latter information, right? Makes no sense, right? It doesn't make any sense at all. You're literally saying, I'm not cheering on his death, but I'm cheering on his death. And it's unfucking believable that people say that with a straight face, like they're being deep, right? I'm being really wise here. Being really careful about what I say. It's like, well, you weren't careful enough because you're dumbass. You're kind of a dumbass, right? I saw Christopher Tate, by the way. I hope you're doing well, brother. 50 likes to 400. 310 from the Naked Snake, but we are at the end here. I need to get the hell off here. But at least we made it to 507. 500 was the big goal. What has EVS been up to lately? I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him. I talked to him like a week ago, but it was about work stuff. They're cowards, Cody. Dealing with pricks like that in real life, yeah. I hope I don't run into anybody in real life that has anything to say about it, to be fair. What's up, no life? Like, I got to be completely transparent, man. I have zero patience for any of that anymore. I don't know. I don't know. If there was a effeminate little dude and I was like, they were like, Charlie Kirk, I'm like, yeah, it was a really terrible thing that happened. Hopefully things can calm down from here on out. And then he gets on my face and he's like, I'm glad he's dead. He's evil. He's evil. And I hope his family's neck. Yeah, you're going to get knocked out immediately. Like without second. I would just gladly catch the assault charge and move on. I'm not really worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got any patience for it right now. I want everyone to disagree with me killed. We'll get catch his hand, bro. Catch his hand, bro. Got home and suffering from having having shit body. Good luck, have fun, much love, buddy. Appreciate you. Beast. Yeah. It's calmed down a lot in the last couple of days, but the first day or the second day when that guy on the scooter went up to the Charlie Kirk vigil, it was like being wild. Yeah, bro, I'm glad I wasn't there. For sure. For sure. Yeah, exactly. Putting the butt on the end of I don't condone somebody's murder is you're completely disqualifying your statement immediately. But well, that means you do. So the butt means you do actually. Last night was the final night of Naked Snake. Big cheer for Tuesday. On my off day, by the way. The last Naked Snake was on my off day. We tried hard, boys. Lesser Logic. How you doing, brother? What the fuck are you saying right now, Art, in my DMs about Michael J. Fox? All right. Yeah, I saw that Horrid 7. Yeah, I saw that. If only Cecil would have rated me. I should have been more specific in my text. Make sure you click the raid button, Cecil. Oh my God. 5 hours ago. Look at that. Look at that. 5 hours ago, people are repeating the exact same lie over and over and over again. Like, you got to understand you're on the bad side. Do you think you're on like the good guy side? Do you think you're on the good guy side when you see people saying the same, they're repeating the same lies over and over and over and over and over and over and over, hoping that a few normies will get on board with them and be radicalized? I know, like, if you are watching my show right now and you find yourself on the left and you find yourself like disagreeing with what I have to say, none of these things are true. These are all complete fabrications. 100% across. All of this is fake. 19,000 likes. All of this is fake. And people like this post it on purpose, knowing it's fake, to try to radicalize people and get people pissed to come to their side. They do not give a fuck about your well-being or the truth. This is all fake across the board. They took like 3-second clips of Charlie Kirk talking and then turned the clip off and claimed that is all the context there is. Right? That's the context to everything right there. Not the fact that he was talking about a specific DEI policy, which lowers the overall pool you would pull from when you're hiring people onto staff. Completely removing that context. Completely removing the context of the history of polls that always say that women growing up and raising children are generally happier than those who do not. Not disparaging the opposite. Just saying that if you're looking for a happy life, that's generally how you garner it. Right? Saying Charlie can say lives are expendable for the Second Amendment without completely ignoring all the context for saying that the price of freedom in this country is the fact that people can defend themselves. Right? That's the whole point. None of this has to do with him dying. The Second Amendment not existing wouldn't have saved him. He was killed by a hunting rifle, which is legal in New Zealand, which is legal in other countries, legal in Canada. Right? But then they go on to talk about Jimmy Kimmel, making a joke, by the way, a joke. Keep in mind, Jimmy Kimmel didn't make a joke, actually. His punchline was the second joke about Trump. His first statement was MAGA are trying to make it look like the person that killed Charlie Kirk wasn't MAGA, and they're doing everything they can to disprove it. That's not a joke. Where's the punchline in that? He wasn't laughing or anything. His punchline was about the Trump main hall in the White House being built, which comes an entire minute later in his monologue. So I'm very confused. By the way, all of this is fake. But people that occupy this like weird new age leftism, which I'm not talking about progressives. Like I have progressive friends that all think this is bullshit too. This like new wave of like, I'm just going to say stuff, although it's not true. I know it's not true. I'm going to say it anyway. And I'm going to lean into it really hard. And if I disprove this person, let's say I was in a room with Sarah Spector and I rebutted everything she just said, like I just did on the show. She would probably agree with me, actually. She might actually, I've actually been in situations like that where I'm like, that actually isn't true. This is what happened. And they're like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, see, here's blah, blah. And they're like, oh, wow, cool, crazy. Right? They will still repeat it to somebody else as if that interaction never happened. Right? They'll just repeat it again. You know? Rich called out Cam. I don't care. I'm not in the dramaverse, brother. I ain't in the dramaverse, brother. What's up, maybe not? How you doing, baby? Charlie was an extraordinarily rare breed. He really believed the things he preached, and he didn't care about the danger. Yep. Where's the hot single women in my area? Right here, Skytex. How you doing, brother? Maybe, Riv. Maybe. Right? You know? Maybe not. What's up, baby? How you doing? Oh. If you're going to do whataboutism, Jiggy, you're going to need to do better. Because there's probably examples you could actually give that are better. No, see, this would only apply if Trump was saying right now that he is going to end the war in less than a day. Right? That would only apply right now if he said it right now. It would literally make no fucking sense, right? If he said it right now. That would be the exact same parallel we're talking about currently. But he hasn't, and he wouldn't say that because that would make no sense. That would be asinine. And Trump says some asinine stuff. Thank you, maybe not. I love you. I appreciate you. All right. But what about this thing? Beep, beep. Don't go to Disney no more. Well, I wasn't planning on it. You know, one thing I am pretty happy about is the left and the right don't like Disney anymore. Damn, Disney done pissed off everybody. Oops. Damn. Oh no, Disney, please. Boycott Disney and ESPN and ABC. Bro, I think we all might be on the same page. Right? I think we might all be on the same page now, actually. Now that I think about it. Right? Thank you, maybe not. We are exactly $2.99 now from Naked Snake. I'm going to stay on until midnight for you boys. Appreciate you guys for all the love in honor of the snake streak being 507. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. I love you. Swift kiss to your penises. I mean, your vaginas. Whatever the fuck you got. What did ESPN do? Fuck, I don't know. They suck. Fuck them. I don't care fuck about no ESPN, bro. Ain't nobody care about no ESPN. Okay. I love another beautiful disingenuous post. I just love. I got to be honest. I completely love these posts. Charlie Kirk, a man so loved that they had to make mourning him mandatory. No one's saying that, but again, another thing you just repeat over and over again. You could just not say anything. That would be the thing you could do. You know, you just not say anything. I'm sure there was somebody killed across the pond that I don't know anything about. I'm not saying anything about it because I don't know anything about it. Right? But they're saying this because they're trying to create a rhetoric. Right? I'm not supposed to say anything about anything. No. See, when you not mourning him is not tweeting that you're happy he's dead. That's not the same thing, actually. Tweeting you're happy Charlie Kirk is dead is not you like not mourning him mandatorily. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're being silly. Come on. Is that a Chris McGough coming in with the 3,000 Norwegian Kronenberg? Oh my God. Damn. You guys selfishly making Krista McGough lift all the heavyweight tonight. And look, I know he has thick ass quads, but still, my boy's probably did leg day today, and he's really tired. And you're making him drop a 3,000 Krogan? Damn, he's got paid one day early, so why the F not? Big shout out to Kristen McGough Millar Olson, my boy, coming in strong, putting us at 505 and extending the streak to 508 streams in a row. Hot diggity damn. I thought it was for sure dead as fuck. I appreciate you so much, dude. My boy. And I think the Norwegian krone has increased in value. Interesting. Thank you, my friend. What a beautiful man. What a beautiful man. You should all bench 305 tomorrow. Well, that's easy for me. I don't know about you guys. Okay. I can bench 305 because I'm not a bitch. But I also have a unhealthy obsession with lifting because it's like a mental block thing. So I do it every single day, 7 days a week. So thank you, Chris McGough. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. We love you, Chris McGough. We love you, my friend. Hassan Spurgeon out. Well, I want to see Hassan Spurgeon out. Come on, Hassan. Let me see the video of him Spurgeon. Somebody got it right. Latest. Give me the Hassan Spurg. Oh no, they're fascist. Oh. You know what? At this point, if fascism actually came from all this, right? At this point, if fascism like actually came like fucking just spiraling out of this whole debacle, right? I got to be honest. Aren't they just being the thing you called them for 20 years? So kind of it's no different, right? If your accusation is, oh wow, they're actually being fascist beforehand, were they not really being fascist when you called them fascist? Interesting. Very, very strange. I don't see no Hassan Spurgeon videos, and I'm sad. I want to see him screaming. Where's the scrims? Where's the scrim? Oh, well. Well, I'm sure we'll see it tomorrow. I'm sad. I wanted to see it. Thank you, Chris McGough. We love you, brother. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much for single-handedly right there extending the goal. Or the streak, 508 streams. I appreciate you, brother. You're the man. The dream is 1,000, but that's a long way away. So a big shout out to Chris McGough for being the bro today. I love you. Gonna eat some tacos in a minute, bro. I'm so hungry. I've not eaten today. Chris McGough, we need to send him a Naked Snake shirt, but a special version that has my penis out in honor. I'm going to send you a stringer that just has Naked Snake on it, but I have the special version that just has my balls out, so you can wear it to the gym proudly. Exciting. I wear my Trump stringer a lot. I've had it for 100 years. I've been wearing it for 100. No one cares. I live in like a very progressive city. Probably not much anymore, but it was back when I think stuff was a little bit more common sense. And I have just a Trump stringer that I've wore forever, and no one has ever cared. Exciting ball shirt. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, brother. I'm freaking starving. I'm starved, I tell you, starved. Tim Bull says if you oppose me, my friends, or Trump, then you're a bad guy because we are the good guys. It's in the name. It's on the flag right there. The good guys. How does it feel to be one of Christoph Kitten's? Yes. 100%. I hope we all recognize that late night TV shows are being held to a higher standard than our elected leaders. Oh no. Me. They're just like tears, tears are just falling from their This is a precedent. This is a precedent being set. No one has ever been fired ever before for saying anything. This is the first time ever. Let's ignore every other time ever that it's ever happened in the last 10 years. We got to ignore that because it's our side now. Me. Dude, I would have the balls if I was like a hyper liberal, which I don't think I don't think I could ever do that. I love hooking up with women. But if I was like a psycho, like fucking super liberal, I think I would still have the balls to be like, look, all right, look. Yeah, come on. Right. Oh, come on. Come on. You gotta admit. There's literally an example that you can give like once every 5 seconds if you just think for a second of people being fired for being conservatives or sharing a conservative meme or saying something conservative. Come on, bro. And I mean simply saying something conservative. So, yeah, Junebug. Well, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is. I think he's very complicated in the way he talks. Oh no. Very classic tweet. It's kind of weird that deplatforming Trump just like completely worked with no visible downside whatsoever. That tweet was almost 5 years ago. Wild, huh? That stupid cat kept me awake all night. Well, you got damn cats everywhere, Chris McGough. These things tend to happen. You're like a more buff Freddie Colton or Cotton. Freddie Collins. Freddie. Fuck. Freddie. Fucking Freddie. It's Freddie, okay? It's Freddie. That's how this works. Oh, what's up, Ironside? How you doing, brother? With no visible downside whatsoever. Yeah, I guess we got to go ahead and retweet that. I guess I just feel compelled to retweet that. No one's ever went after your political opponents before. It's never happened. It's the first time for everything, I guess. Click on that. Let's play this video and see what the founder of Facebook has to say about government overreach on social media.
They pushed us super hard to take down things that were honestly were true, right? I mean, they basically pushed us and said, you know, anything that says that vaccines might have side effects, you basically need to take down. And I was just like, well, we're not going to do that. Like, we're clearly not going to do that. I mean, that is kind of inarguably true.
Who is they? Who's telling you to take down things that
it was
talk about vaccine side effects?
It was people in the Biden administration. I think these people from the Biden administration would call up our team and like scream at them. And
wow, it's crazy. No one's ever done anything from the government ever to do anything to pressure anybody to do anything. This is actually the first time with Jimmy Kimmel, actually, guys. It's the first time. Right. And I know if you're like on the other side of this kind of conversation, you're probably saying every time you see it in a piece of example, you're probably saying, well, that one doesn't count. Right. How many times are you going to say that one doesn't count before you kind of sound like a broken record and probably think like you feel like a dumbass, right? Let's
well, first of all, I thought Kimmel's comments were just stupid. I mean, obviously, based on the evidence that we have heard thus far from the investigators and prosecutor who is currently in charge of the case, it certainly appears, and I want to use the word appears, that this guy was certainly someone who had an ideology that I would argue, if you were looking at a political spectrum, is on the left of that political spectrum versus being on the right, number one. That said, I think Disney is looking at their bottom line. I mean, Disney has faced several tough cycles where they have had some serious financial issues. And when you have Nexstar and Sinclair, those two entities combined cover 80% of the local television market in this country. If those two conglomerates are saying we're not going to carry this show because it's not in sync with our values as corporations, or we've heard some anger from some of our individuals who watch in our various stations, or as Bill stated, you have business before the federal government that you would like to move forward. And by the way, those companies have a fiduciary responsibility to grow and expand those companies for their investors, and they're canceling. Then ABC had no choice but to say, you know what, if we don't cancel this, then you run the risk of conservatives saying we're canceling Disney Plus. We're not going to Disney World or Disneyland. We're going to no longer purchase anything that fits under the Disney umbrella. That becomes a very serious question if you're Bob Iger running this company that has had serious financial issues for at least 6 or 8 quarters now. That's the last thing you want. You're going to go ahead and say, you know what, this isn't worth it for us from a company's perspective. Cancel it, and we just keep moving.
Yep, nothing he said was wrong at all. It seemed completely normal. Completely normal, right? Completely, absolutely normal, right? And people that say otherwise are goofy bastards, in my opinion. Just straight up goofy bastard. All right. Thank you. What's up, Jeff Magra? How you doing, buddy? Thank you again, Chris McGough, for getting us the Naked Snake, brother. I really appreciate that, dude. I really appreciate it. He dropped $305, 3,000 Norwegian krones to get us to Naked Snake for the 508th show in a row. So I appreciate you, brother. And we hit the Rainbow Night with his Red Boy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Saved it once more again. Big shout out to Slosher for being the singular orange boy tonight, and Billy for being the singular pink boy. I appreciate you. Big shout out to PS2 Chiper for 20 gifted memberships, and don't forget my boy Dravian for being the 10 gifted memberships. Appreciate you, brother. A real reporter. Yeah. It seems kind of crazy to think about that actually exists, just a normal real reporter. Because I know people don't like to hear it, but if you look at the evidence objectively, it's very obvious the motivations behind the assassination. That shouldn't even be a conversation anymore. We should move on to the next part, right? Is canceling okay? That's the next thing. People that are still talking about it and being like, he was MAGA. I'm like, are you fucking insane right now? Like, at some point we gotta move on. You know what I'm saying? So. All right, boys, let's do Naked Snake. I love you. I appreciate you, Kristen McGough. And everybody, this Naked Snake is dedicated once again to Kristen McGough for coming in clutch, saving the boys one more day. We'll be back Saturday, of course. And do not miss it. Do not miss it. I will probably have a shaved face finally. I kept my handlebars for a whole day. I went to the gym with the handlebars. Thought it was funny. So I appreciate you guys so much. Took my shirt off at the gym. My body is so hairy, it's unbelievable. I've never went this long without shaving my like chest and stomach. So I am like a fur rug. So, which is kind of nice because you can't see my floops. I just look like a thick man, right? And I have a handlebar mustache, so it's kind of funny. But I am going to shave all of it very soon. So embrace being an otter. An otter? No. Anonymous, thank you, brother. Thank you, Jeff Magra. A lot of people are angry about it, and that's fine. I'm not worried about it. If you see... Now, I would say I am getting a little political with the last couple of shows, covering the assassination and covering people talking about it, because you can't really avoid it. But as far as just saying that what happened to Charlie Kirk's fucked up and you should be ashamed if you think otherwise, that's not political. Dude was killed on camera, assassinated for no fucking reason. That's not a political take. If you make it political, or if you say something that's fucked up, you've made it political because you're radicalized and there's nothing anybody can say to prove you wrong. You're fucking radicalized. So if Hassan Piker was blown away on camera, and this is a hypothetical, obviously, I'm just trying to draw a parallel, an opposite. If he was blown away on camera, I would say that's fucked up. And whoever thought that was okay is a psycho. They're a psycho. Okay? Absolute fucking psycho. And I would say the same thing if I saw conservatives saying, oh, well, he did say it. No, fuck that. I don't care what he said. You don't fucking kill somebody over what they're saying or what they think. Right? So, no thank you. Not about that life. So, anyways, it's Harry Snake tonight. Yeah, dude. Let's do some Naked Snake for the bros. I appreciate you guys so much for all the love. Big shout out to Chris McGough for getting us there. I appreciate you so much, brother, for keeping it alive for one more time. I know I've said that a lot, but I really do appreciate you, man. Let's give her a twerk. Let's give her some moves for the boys. Here we go. You guys ready? Are you ready for the snake? Hell yeah. It's time. One more again in honor of the Chris the Moth McGough. It's time for Naked Snake, the hairy edition.
What a thrill.
Donna.
With darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
Here we go, boys. Shadow Cat.
Fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Snake Eater, Alan Jones. In my time, there be nobody else. Yeah, cry. It's the way I fly to you. Narco, okay. I'm still in a dream. Snake Eater. Here we go, boys.
Someday we'll go through the rain. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's ordained the trial to survive. For the day we see.
Oh my gosh. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there be nobody else. Crying, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream. Snake Eater. 508 times in a row, boys. Here we go. One more time. You guys ready? Here we go. 30 locks away. Give it a lock. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for all the love, all the support today. Big shout out to Chris McGough for getting the snake done, getting the snake in me, getting the snake in you, because that's what we do. We never fail. We keep conquering. The snake has not died yet. We have had 4 years straight of snakes, and the snake is still alive. It's still slithering along. Hail to the yeah. Let's make who I'm rating. Let's make sure who I'm rating is still alive. September 7th, 11:05, 11:03. Who's this? Who the hell am I rating right now? Hold on. I could do egg roll or Philip. Oh, Raging Rhino. Let's do Raging Rhino. He's live. Okay, Raging Rhinos who are rating, say Cam raid in the chat. I'll see you guys in the next one. Get the hell on it, dog on it. Love you. I appreciate you. Hail to the yeah. Thank you, Chris McGough, my boy. See you guys Saturday.